Welcome back to Tucson, Arizona. I'm Randy,
And I'm Daniel.
joined again by Rhodes
Hello.
over here in third chair, talking to his girly friend most of the time we're here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
It's supposed to be about the boys. And it's all about the
Sorry,
girls.
I'm
he's still at that age.
put
When you're
putting,
16, it can be all about the girls.
Yeah.
putting it away right now. There you go.
Dude,
I'm going to count every time he picks up his phone.
I'm just gonna start texting him.
It'll probably be about like 3 times maybe, but doubtful.
So,
My hair is absolutely bananas right now.
so is mine.
So much hair.
Dude, those cars we were just watching.
Yeah.
So I found a guy.
Johnny Q.
I've been wanting these things for a while. They're way too expensive, so I'm never going to buy one because it's kind of a waste of money, right? And I don't have that kind of
It's an investment.
I don't have disposable income like that. Well, dude, I've got hundreds of dollars worth of freaking
RC
car
cars,
right
yeah.
there. Like I've got a couple of grand in that corner over there with the RC cars that your mom toasted the last time we took out.
Nice.
So, this is when I bought her the boat. But these little 45 and around there CC 4-stroke motors, like full gas engines.
Yep.
And the guy's like, he's clearly a machinist and machining his own car, like big car.
Yeah.
So,
1/4 scale.
dude, the machine work that's going into this, like he's clearly got a legit machine shop.
Yeah.
And
He's got to lay the CNC.
oh yeah,
got
he's
everything.
got the works. Why wouldn't you just spend $1,000, buy a Losi, a Traxxas, whatever floats your boat,
Yeah.
and just be done? Like he's even using in the newest build an e-Revo transmission.
Yes.
Why not just buy the e-Revo for $600 and
So,
be done?
You're onto something because you're looking at it logically.
Yeah, well,
This
I'm looking
guy-
at it from my bank account.
This guy is very illogical. He just wants to build something absolutely bananas.
Oh, it's
Which he's
sick.
doing, and it's really cool. Yeah, the supercharged V8
Yeah.
RC car.
Yeah.
It's really cool. But yeah, from a consumer perspective, you're looking at it like, why are you gonna put the amount of money that a real car would cost
Yeah.
into an RC car instead of just buying like a $600?
Dude, I saw
Traxxas?
like an '04 Tahoe Z71 the other day for the cost of what he's building one of these cars.
That's what I'm
for.
saying. Yeah, you could buy a legitimate car. Did you ever go to the or at least see in the Tucson Mall the little drift?
Oh yeah, yeah. No, I
Shop.
was over there all the time.
So when I was working at Spencer's, I ended up becoming really good friends with the owner over there. I'd go over there and just hang out because it was right across from where I worked at. So I'd go over there on break and stuff like that. And when I came in, I would stop by and say hello and stuff. And that dude had a FC that he had put like $9,000 into, and he was like trying to get me to get into it with him, like to get into the hobby. And I was always like, "Yeah, dude, it'd be fun to get like an entry level car." He was like, "All right, it's like $800," and I'm like, "Are you out of your friggin' mind, dude? 800 entry level is $800."
Dude,
And he was
that's
and
for
he
a
was
drift car
for a drift car.
that you have to be on like foam or
Yes.
concrete. Yeah,
And
please
he-
continue. I'm just
and-
if you're
No,
not
no,
into
no,
this,
it's okay.
You can't go off
Yeah,
road in
leg-
Tucson.
Only a drift car. Yeah, so you can only do it on certain surfaces.
Yeah.
So even that there you're already stifled already because you can only do it on certain surfaces. And he was talking to me about his FC, and he was like, "Yeah, I got big brake kit, new transmission, new engine, like everything upgraded like you would a car." And he had put like $9,000 into it.
Ouch.
And that was his like that, but that was like his hobby. Like that's what he was like into. He was like very dedicated to it, and I respect him for it. But I was like, dude,
Yeah, but ouch.
That's
at
a
the
lot of
time,
money.
and I still don't have one, but I don't even have a car. So I'm like, if I'm putting $9,000 into an RC car, I'm doing something wrong.
Dude, I've got a real life truck that everyone in this house has been in
Yeah,
with a real life supercharger,
yeah,
and it cost me that.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I paid 10 grand for that
Dude, the
truck.
RC world is nuts. Even the dudes that are even crazier than RC car guys are RC airplane guys.
Oh, dude,
Dude,
those
I've seen
guys
those
are
guys. They spend
wild.
so much
my
money.
dad was one of those guys. He
Those
has a
guys are
couple of
wild.
planes.
Those are so insane. I've seen like jet turbine ones.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, full like Boeing 747s that are like 8-9 foot wingspan. Like, I'm like, how do you get into something like this? How do you even transport an airplane like that to go fly it? And you have to
know.
go to like an actual like airstrip to fly them.
On those bigger ones, yeah.
Yeah.
On the smaller ones, so like when I was a kid, my dad still has the planes. He's he's got like a really sad story too, and I was there for it when it happened. I was like 6. This is back when we lived in Sarita, and I mean it's nothing but desert out there.
Okay.
So we'd go. I mean, we'd just go across the street to go shooting. Like that was our range, and we'd go not far down the street, and we'd run because I grew up with RC cars. My dad had a ton of them.
My dad was into them too.
I have some of his old ones.
My dad was into the gas powered ones a lot.
Yeah, my dad went all electric.
Yeah.
And I've kept that tradition alive. I've ran gas. They're like, without sounding like I'm crapping on them, because I'm not. But I could never like afford them.
Yeah.
So, but they're
They're
also
pricey, dude.
and they're finicky.
Yeah.
And like,
Very touchy.
I've helped my ex-brother-in-law, your Uncle John. I've helped him like rebuild motors and like rejug cars, and like you're sitting down, we'd have like big tack boxes just full of different parts and stuff, and spend all day just hanging out, modding out. He had this big monster ass Losi that would do like 70 miles an hour because it had everything. But I mean, he was like that. He'd just throw money at it. It was definitely his hobby. And I had electric cars, and I had old school electric cars. Like at the time, I was still running the Frog, so it's an old Tamiya car from the 80s.
Okay.
It was my dad's. And like the old school servos are really interesting. Like it's antique gear, and I still have those trucks.
Nice.
Like I've got the Hot Shot, and I've got a Hot Shot 2, which was like the revamped version that I still haven't had time to build. But as I got older, I got into Traxxas real big and all the modern stuff. So I bought him and his brother the Traxxas trucks.
Yeah, it's if you walk into my room, it's on the very top.
Yeah,
I think I've seen it.
Yeah, I got him
Yeah,
like the
I got
monster
2.
truck. And then I got Daniel the same one, the trophy truck that I'm running, but mine's a junkyard truck. I bought him his brand new. I bought theirs brand new. And I was like, I want to build one. And the store was going out of business. The last awesome RC hobby place in town was going out of business, and they had a track and everything. The one right by Bashful Bandit.
Okay.
Now it's like some kind of hospital or something. But they were selling off everything in the store like 2 weeks after I bought them their trucks. And I went in to go buy myself a truck, and they were like, it sold out of everything. But they had all their old rental beaters
Oh, okay.
that were like torn up and had half their parts. I bought
Yeah.
like 3 of them.
Nice.
Because I went through and I was like, oh, okay, that one's got a really nice ESC on it. That one's got a good motor. This one's got a good frame. Like the whole tub's good. And like just random suspension parts. So I was like, between all of these for like $30 a skeleton, I can put together a halfway decent truck. So I did that and went home, and we spent like a week. I was teaching the boys how to re-gear their trucks, and they helped me build my truck. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then,
a
so
little
then,
portion.
where I was living at the time, you'd walk through like this open air hallway where it was a quadplex. So each one of us had our own like utility room,
Okay.
and then like a hallway. So I went to drive it through there because we would go across the street to this big empty lot that had a few really good jumps and stuff already there, or good tabletops and stuff. So we go to drive out, and I'm so stoked, bro. Just got this thing
it
running.
done.
And we go to leave, and I goose it, and my back right tire, just the edge of it, catches a door jam, and it rips the entire rear section out of my car.
It looks so
fuck.
sad
So
watching
like,
it.
dude, just ripped the entire, because I mean the entire rear end, all the suspension mounts, everything go to one small tail section of the tire
Yeah.
subframe, and it just went boom and broke that entire. I guess there's a weak
Jeez.
spot in that subframe, and it just gave out. And I was like, all right, guys, we're going back inside. So I go back inside. I pull out another
Fresh build.
I
too.
pull out another tub that I had, and then we swap everything over to the new tub and then leave. By that point, though, we had already been building like 3 days building.
Yeah.
So like at this point, it was mostly Daniel. Like he understood how to disassemble the truck, and he was like, "I'll do it." And I was like, "Okay." So he just unbolted my entire rear housing, put it in, undid the front housing, put it in. And then we took off, and then from there it's fine, and
Nice.
it's still running the same tub.
That's awesome.
I've updated like all the other stuff. I'm running aluminum everything. I've got aftermarket damn near everything, but I'm still running that same rental tub. If you pick it up and lift it up, it's still got the tape with the number on it from when it was a rental. And it's all skid up and everything. I don't care. It's survived.
Yeah.
I don't have a battery bracket for it, so I had to make one. And the last time we took it out, I bought your mom the boat. So we were out at the lake so she could run her boat. And I took my truck. She ran out of all of her batteries. She had like 4 batteries. She burned through them all. And she's like, can I try the truck? And I was like, absolutely. Like, it's a beater, man. Like, I use that
it's for
thing.
fun.
So she goes and she hits this jump. Wing! And when she lands, something caught and shorted out the battery and blew up the battery pack.
Oh, no.
And she's like, hands me back my remote. She won't touch that truck anymore.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like, it's not a big deal. Like, my ESC, my motor, everything's fine. It just blew up the battery pack.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. It's no big deal. She's like, no, I don't want to play with it anymore. She got all scared.
I don't want to play anymore.
Yeah, but no, dude, they're super fun. But
Yeah, I remember my dad was really into them. He would get us like little cheap ones. We never got like a Traxxas or anything like that, so I'm pretty jealous of you guys for getting those. But we would get like the little like cheap $30
yeah,
super slow ones, and he would have this like super badass gas powered monster that would just rip around, and we never got to use it. Never got to play with it. It was always his toy. We never got to play with it.
With my RC cars, all you need is the batteries. Everything else is perfectly fine with them.
Nice.
If you want, I have 2 RC cars. Just all I need is a battery that's fully charged, because when we were young, we didn't know how to fully discharge the battery. So it was
bricked all my batteries.
yeah.
Right.
So all it needs is batteries, and then the whole thing's good. I just need to like clean off everything, like the skeleton.
It's been about 20 years since I played with it.
His is awesome, man, because it's the monster truck.
Yeah.
Do you
So
want,
you
do you want me
can
to bring it
just-
out?
No, we're good right now, bud. But like, it'll just bounce over everything.
Nice.
The suspension is
Yeah,
just-
his suspension's pretty insane.
That's awesome.
So I had to upgrade mine to pre-run it because mine's only 2-wheel drive because they didn't have a 4x4 frame there, and I can upgrade it. But by the time like all my batteries I've got like 12 battery packs are all smoked
Oh, wow.
because they didn't, like he was saying, they didn't know how to discharge them, and they build a memory. I was going to, because all of my electronics are rated for LiPo, and I thought about getting into like 6S LiPo, that thing, turning it into a 4x4, running 6S LiPos, and just turning it into a freaking machine. But LiPos are expensive, and they're very finicky.
Okay.
Like, they're prone to, if they're not taken care of properly, they can explode.
Oh, okay.
So I'm like,
You don't want to risk burning down your rig.
yeah, well, I'm not. No, I'm more afraid about my shop
Yeah.
because they go boom.
Yeah.
They don't just catch fire.
Yeah.
So, like, I know there. I'm sure because I've got buddies that still run gas and lipo batteries at the track down on the freeway. So my buddy Danny still runs all those, and he's told me, he's like, dude, lipos aren't that bad. And I'm like, yeah, I got a lot of nice things in here. I'm not trying to lose any of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I just never got into it, and I couldn't get your mom into running them. And by that point, these guys weren't playing with them as much because like Daniel still has one he needs to finish building. It's like in pieces in his room.
somewhere.
I've got at least one. I've still got the Hot Shop 2 that I need to build, and it's just a matter of setting down, dude. It's like a model on steroids.
Yeah. That's what I
'Cause
figured.
It's all in pieces. You're turning all these pieces into an electric running car.
Yeah. Moving parts.
Yeah. So I've still got a bunch of classics, and I love them, man. They're awesome. I even looked into how to update all the servos on them because the old school servos were like an X. So instead of just being a little gearbox with one little gear sticking up that you connect armatures to, they were all open electrics. So do you remember like slot cars, like
Yeah.
the little squeeze and
I
your car
remember.
runs around?
Yeah.
So you've got that open electrical circuit that everything's just kind of rubbing on, and that's how those are. You look at them, and that X kind of runs, and there's a little brush that runs across the open circuit to
Okay.
give it more voltage to either turn your wheels or burn rubber. It's really cool stuff once you start getting into it.
Okay.
But I haven't dug into mine in a while. At some point, once I have
Yeah.
a new computer, maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe
One
I
that
can
has
do
more than 3 gigs.
yeah. 3 gig monster, dude. Yeah. No, I got that tower computer for free years ago, and it did everything I needed it to do, but I wasn't trying to make videos.
Yeah.
I'm not texting my girlie, so don't worry.
Oh, he's got his phone.
I'm doing something.
That's number one.
Yeah. Where's the pen? Write it down.
I don't have. a pen on me. I don't.
But yeah, dude. So that that car that guy's building.
Yeah,
those.
Johnny Q90.
Johnny Q90, man, check him out.
Yeah.
That pin's kind of dying on me. That's why it's over there.
Pretty cool videos. Doesn't talk in any of them, which is
it just puts little messages.
What is it? ASMR? Is that what it's called?
That's what it seems like.
Yeah, because it's got a lot of sounds and clicking and moving and stuff like that. So it's very ASMR for dudes.
Yeah, I could watch someone run a lathe all day long.
All day long. That was my favorite thing about working in a machine shop was running a lathe. I loved doing it. I loved every minute of it. It was so much fun.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm related to machinists and they're next level thinkers.
Yeah.
Like the creativity that comes out of stuff.
Very creative.
Because this guy is just building.
Yeah.
Like there's no blueprints for what he's doing. He's making it up as it goes.
Yep.
Writing.
He probably writes some stuff in CAD and gets it computer generated. I'm pretty sure he's pretty proficient in that or Bobcat or something like that. But he does a really good job of just making parts out of nowhere, or out of thin air, out of nothing.
Yeah, the extended shaft and pulley for the supercharger, the entire pulley assembly to go on the back of the output shaft for a supercharger because it's on backwards.
Yep.
Pretty creative,
man.
Yeah,
very creative.
His 3-speed clutch, his 3-speed transmission off of a clutch was really interesting.
Yeah.
I've never seen one of these cars run with a clutch.
No, me neither.
And that
I've never seen one run with a V8.
Yeah, and hearing a miniature V8 is so rad.
Super cool.
Like way better than a little two-stroke.
Yeah.
Like that sounds beastie.
Yeah, it does.
I would love to see the big one finished.
Yeah.
That bigger car finished and running, and I really want to see what a time trial would do.
Yeah.
Just see how fast that thing would go.
Yeah. It'd be fun to see.
Yeah, because it's got some power.
It was like 1,300 RPMs.
Yeah, when he was speed reading the rear tire on his little rolling road that he built.
Yeah, yeah, a little dyno. The little mini dyno was cool.
Yeah, and he just like machined those rollers real quick and threw some bearings on it.
Yeah,
it was away.
Yep. You know that guy never runs into problems. He just makes stuff for everything.
Oh yeah, no, he just
he
runs
goes,
into
you need
solutions.
this? Okay, give me 1 second. Runs into his shop. Bet you he lives in his shop, dude.
Oh, for sure.
Just lives there.
Yeah, I mean, I would. If I had a shop like that,
yeah,
I'd be out there all the time.
He has a really cool, you called it something like fine tuning tools, or
yeah, he's got like really, now what did I call it?
That was like fine tuning.
They're precision
tools.
He's got
there you go.
Precision torque.
Yeah, a little mini torque wrench.
Like that's for itsy bitsy torque heads.
Yeah,
like little T6s. He's got a little torque driver for that.
Yeah,
you just hear this clicking.
Newton meters.
Yeah, for reading for doing your entire torque specs on putting the heads on, for putting the valleys in. Like that was interesting.
Yeah,
I've never seen something like that.
No, me neither.
All my torque wrenches are like
massive.
This.
Yeah. That's what you typically expect when you hear torque wrench. You hear like a breaker bar and you think big giant click.
It's just little click, click. That was really interesting.
Clicks. Yeah, it was. Yeah, no, that was cool. That was a fun thing to like stumble upon and watch a couple videos on.
Yeah, just super random.
But still, I'm really big into this Cody Leach guy ever since you showed him to me.
I know. I've watched a ton of. Well, I mean, we were watching his videos earlier, ranking movies and stuff.
I know we keep talking about him, but he's awesome.
But yeah, but his stuff's good. If you're into horror,
his stuff's good. I don't agree with everything he says, but I can see why he says what he says. I can understand.
Yeah, he gets into the weeds of a bunch of things. Like he's horror forward for sure, but he does like actually review other movies.
Yeah,
but mostly horror stuff. But I like his takes. I like hearing what he has to say about the stuff because I mean he's watched all of them.
Yeah.
So
1,800 Blu-rays.
Yeah, those are just the ones he has.
He's got 1,800 Blu-rays.
Over 1,800 Blu-rays
for like movies or horror movies.
Movies.
Just movies in general.
Yeah, but most of that's gonna be horror. He's real big into horror. Yeah, 1,800. I was like,
yeah, he's got a 7.5 hour video going through all of his catalog.
Every single one.
Yeah,
every movie.
That would take so much time to even just watch. That'll take over 7 hours.
Yeah, it's almost 8. I could do if I went through all of my movies. Now I haven't watched that video, so I don't know if he's going into like a brief summary of each film.
Just like, I have this one.
Yeah, he's just like National
I
Treasure.
have this one.
National Treasure 2. Or if he's actually like, hey, yeah, Nick Cage, stealing.
He probably
Declaration.
does, dude. He's got a great memory.
So if he's doing a a shallow dive into each movie, giving you a brief description and how much you enjoyed it, and then moving to the next one. I'd have to count how many movies I have. I don't have that many Blu-rays. I have, I think, a couple hundred Blu-rays, but I've got probably close to 2,000 movies on disc. So I'd have to go through and like count them all. But I'd be fascinated to know how long it would take me to go through all of them on a video. Because now I'm like, I've never counted how many movies I have. There's, I mean, lots of them out there on the shelves. But then I've got 2 giant books full of just the DVD. Because my ex-wife thought it was a great idea one day to go, hey, let's get rid of this wall of shelves we've got and get rid of all the cases for these movies and just put them in sleeves. And I hated everything about that. But like we filled up a trailer with the cases.
Really?
I was not a fan. I mean, it worked out because I wouldn't have enough wall space in there now to do, like, instead of all those pops, I'd have just movies. But at the time I was like, but I mean, each case, I'd have to, I don't even remember how much each case holds. And I have 2 of them, plus all the stuff on the walls, plus my library on digital. And then I've got a ton of VHS still too. So I don't know if I have as many as him, but I don't think I'm terribly far off. I don't know. I'd have to see. But I'm probably in the 1,000 range, I would have to guess, because I love movies too.
I can see that.
I just don't strictly love one genre. I've got a little bit of everything. But I've also got a lot of seasons of shows too. So I'm a fan of what he's doing. Like,
I like him.
I've disagreed with a few things he said.
I disagree with his Strangers hatred very much.
As soon as I've
love
heard
that film.
Every time I hear one of his videos dogging on strangers, I just like, Daniel's not gonna like this.
I love that movie. I think it's great.
And he doesn't.
And he really doesn't.
I heard one today.
I haven't even heard the videos yet, and I'm glad that I haven't. But when I run across it,
I heard one today where he was talking about him. I was listening to it at work, and how's he put it? He says that systematically throughout the movie, these guys make about 6 major mistakes that are moronic mistakes. And then he even bags on the friend that you were telling me about.
The one that gets
that
killed.
Just comes in and, like, clearly things are crazy and doesn't announce himself. He's just creeping through the house.
I think it's Glenn Howerton, too,
and then
from
gets
Always
buckshot.
Sunny.
Oh,
I
really?
think it is. I can't remember. When we were talking about it yesterday, I was thinking about it, and I think it's him, but I might be wrong.
Have you seen
The
any of those
Strangers?
movies?
The Strangers?
I have not. No.
All right.
I'm not that old. Sorry.
I don't think
It's like 2008. It's when you were born.
Yeah. I'm not gonna
You've
watch
had your whole
something-
life to watch that movie.
Well, I mean, partially half my life.
Okay, so
because-
earlier we were talking about Scream and other things. So you like Pinhead.
Yeah.
Which is a really surprising hot take.
Why?
Yeah. Well, because it seems like something that you wouldn't like.
You wouldn't be into.
That's an older person film and like an older person like favorite.
Yeah, I think the first one came out in like 70 something.
I think it was.
I don't know.
70.
I don't think it was that old.
I don't have my
I think
phone.
Because if you
it's
think about it,
70.
Halloween's like 76.
Okay, maybe it's newer then. Maybe it's 80s.
And that's kind of the one that kicked them
Yeah.
all off.
Maybe it's 80s.
Because then you had Friday the 13th in 80.
Something like that.
And
I don't have
then-
my phone.
And then the first Nightmare was like 84.
It said 1986.
86 was
Was it?
Hellraiser.
Yeah. Pinhead is a fictional character and the main antagonist in Hellraiser franchise. He first appeared as an unnamed figure in 1986.
86. Okay.
Yeah, those
So-
movies were never my bag.
I like the first one a lot. Second one's
Dude,
really
it's-
intense.
The whole premise is a little bit much for me.
It's very poltergeisty, very dark, and
Well, it's also like the whole point of it is
I like Bloodline
the
the most.
dude that like got like into like crazy sex and like
Judgment.
like very like
Sadomasochism,
painful,
yeah.
yeah. And then he found the whatever it's called, the cube.
yeah,
Because I'm not a fan. Forgive
the
me.
relic.
But he found that just to like experience the next level of S&M,
Mhm.
and then immediately gets destroyed by the hooks.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know, dude. It's like, and then it's all. I don't know, man. It's a little too far out there for me.
I get it.
And
I
it's
get
not
it.
my world.
I get it.
Now, if I had my nipples pierced, that movie'd probably be for me.
Is that the telltale sign?
Yeah.
Anybody that has a nipple pierced knows pinhead?
Yeah,
Nice.
they're like, oh yeah, you're into the Cenobites, aren't you? You're into that pain
Yeah.
thing.
No, thank you. I'm not into that.
Yeah, no, it's just surprising that Pinhead's your favorite because out of all the options, that would have been the last one that I would have thought you would have said.
For real?
So,
yeah.
Which one do you guys think that
I would have
say
figured
for
you'd
the
have gone
favorite?
with it, or what's another one I would have picked you for? Because
I was-
your brother's all about Pennywise. That is like his
Oh, yeah.
favorite,
Yeah, he has
character.
He
He's
has
got
a portable battery charger. Of
yeah, I
it,
know. Yeah,
Pennywise.
he's got all kinds of Pennywise stuff. He's way into that. But I think like Pennywise is kind of the newest, hottest thing.
I mean, he's been the most recent like slasher guy other than
Like,
well,
I wouldn't have been surprised if you'd have picked him. Maybe Jason, maybe Freddy. Mostly just because of like the pop icon type of thing. Like they're all over with younger people today. So yeah, just Pinhead was just kind of a
surprising.
yeah, it
choice.
was
Yeah.
very surprising.
he's just normally not somebody's favorite.
Yeah, like there's people out there, but
Yeah,
they're kind of
there's a fan
few and far
base.
between.
Yeah,
Okay, I think I've asked you, but who's your favorite of all the horror?
like slasher wise,
Well, just like horror.
horror in general.
Like who's your
horror
favorite like
genre.
like lead we'll call it bad guy for lack of a better term, because some of them are spirits, some of them are
Yeah.
humans, some of them are whatever.
Demons. Like,
I feel like it changes pretty often, but currently it's the art
Yeah, you're back on art.
Back on
because
art.
I've been talking about it so much.
because we've been talking about it so much. And I rewatched the first one so far. I haven't watched the second one again yet, but I really want to watch the third one.
the third one's
um,
the best one. Well, debatable.
Well, have you seen the third one? It just came out to theaters.
No, I've seen clips of it. I've seen.
If Grail wise though, I think Freddy would probably be my favorite.
Yeah,
I really like Freddy. I like the idea of it, like the whole like. I mean, and
You can't escape him.
You had told me the where it came from
froze again.
about the kid having nightmares, screaming in his sleep, and then dying.
Yeah,
Like that's fucking gnarly.
Yeah.
Like that's how he
came up
came
with
up with the idea.
Yeah,
That's so crazy, but that takes like such like a cynical mind to come up with like a like a movie character based off of something like that, and to make it as wild as Freddy Krueger is insane. So I like it even more now that you've told me that. Yeah, probably Freddy. Probably Freddy.
fair.
Hmm
I think generally speaking, that's probably number one. Like, just generally,
Yeah,
I think most people would probably pick Freddy.
that first one is so good,
First one's great, except for the ending.
except for the ending.
Did
Yeah.
we ever catch on yours? Who's your favorite horror character?
Ghostface.
Yeah, mine's Ghostface for sure.
Ghostface?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, it's my absolute
Here's the
favorite.
thing: Ghostface close second,
Yeah,
very close second. For
that's
me.
fair.
I really enjoy the stories of them,
The
and
stories are so
I
good.
love the fact that out of all of the slashers, it's the most this could happen in real life.
Yeah, it's the most grounded.
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, there you go. That's a
Damn.
good way to put it.
Well, and that's,
Okay.
I mean, I know we talk about it a lot because it's my favorite, but yeah, that's what I love about it so much is you get all these other. You dying?
Yeah. Came on my nose.
Don't die. This is turned into a snuff film. I can't have that.
I can't.
Damn.
um,
I'm crying.
so, like so many other films are so out there that they're kind of hard to get into. Like we were discussing last night, a little bit campy, just
Yeah.
campiness. I like campy for what it is, but as far as like my absolute favorite, it's got to be the one that's like the most realistic.
Yeah.
But and plus it's just sheer enjoyment. But I really dig the Evil Dead series.
See, I was just gonna say. When you asked me that question, I was thinking, can Ash count, even though he's the good guy?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
dude.
Ash is up there.
Ash is the man. Well, because I mean, he's going up against an entire, army of darkness.
yeah.
So, like, you can't really have any slaughters.
Yeah.
All of them.
What's your take on Hannibal Lecter?
I think Hannibal's a very interesting character because he's based on like a few real people, and
just like Leatherface.
he was able to. Well, Leatherface is directly related, based on Ed Gein, and that dude's wild.
Yeah.
And Buffalo Bill, to an extent, is also based on Ed Gein, because Ed Gein was actually doing that stuff. The dude, I will never live in Wisconsin, bro.
No.
Cold places make people crazy.
Cheese curds aren't worth it, buddy.
Yeah, I'll order them.
Go to Culver's.
Yeah. So,
Culver's.
I love their cheese curds, man.
like Leatherface is a really interesting character when done right,
Yeah.
and I think,
Damn, I'm dying.
and the only time I've ever really enjoyed any of those movies was with the 03 version with Jessica Biel, even though I was crapping on it the other day
03
because
version
of Texas Chainsaw
Of Texas
Massacre.
Chainsaw? Okay.
Yeah, I think that was
So
the
the remake?
most. Yeah, that was the most interesting take
I
on
like that one.
the chainsaw story to me.
Filmed awesomely. Cinematography is
Dude,
top
yeah,
notch in that
like,
film.
they-
It holds up today. You watch it
does.
today and you're like, this is fucking scary.
Yeah, I still have a bone to pick with the fact that she gets all of her friends killed.
Yeah. I know
Like,
you were telling me about
yeah,
this. Yeah,
like,
we were
it's
talking
like-
about this.
That's the one thing that aggravates the piss out of me. Is everyone else was like, "Yep, nope, something weird just happened. That girl just offed herself. We need to go."
Yeah.
She's, no, let's go find the cop. The creepiest dude in the whole damn movie. Let's go find him.
Yeah.
Dude, Arlie Ermy crushed
Yeah,
in
he
that
did.
movie. Like, he is definitely way more terrifying than Leatherface.
I
in
can
my,
agree.
In
Yeah,
my
I can
opinion.
agree.
Like, that dude is just so,
Menacing.
yeah, like, just, and it's visceral. Like,
Yeah.
it's just like, oh, dude, this is terrifying.
He's very realistically scary.
Very.
Yeah.
Like,
Very grounded in reality. as you would say.
very.
Yeah.
He very much is. Leatherface, not so much.
Yeah.
But I think it was fascinating. The original Jeepers Creepers is still one of the best in my opinion.
That opening scene is to die for.
Dude, that whole first movie.
Yeah.
Now, it's one of the people that I yell at because Justin Long could have avoided all of it by not going
Yeah.
to the freaking tube.
Yeah.
Like, dude, you saw him hoofing bodies down here?
Might as well check it out, right?
Go away. Like, well, and I do love the like meta. I mean, we didn't have the term back then, but when him and his sister are talking, and she's like, "Dude, you know, in a scary movie, this is the part where you say this is a really bad idea."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh," and his argument was good because he was like, "Well, what if it was you down there? Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't you want someone to come find you?" But dude, you don't go down creepy tunnels
No.
where someone
Throwing
creepy was
bodies.
just throwing bodies. Like, no, you get the hell out of there, and then you report it,
Yeah.
and then you stay far
Away.
Be like a Mexican and just run away from it. Like you're running away from
You might
it.
want to point out the fact that you're Mexican.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, I'm Mexican too, so it wouldn't be racist towards myself.
Yeah, get me in trouble. Get this whole freaking page dropped. I don't know, man. There's a bunch of them that I really like.
Mhm.
But, yeah, Ghostface is it for me.
I like it a lot. I'm rewatching them right now and I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna watch the other two tonight, I think. For my little nightcap movies. Watch number 3 and 4, hopefully, if I can stay awake for 4. But getting back to what you said about Hannibal, I like him a lot. I like Red Dragon is one of my favorite movies
Red
ever.
Dragon was
Ooh, Red
good.
Dragon.
Yeah. It's one of my favorite movies. Really, really, really good film.
That was really
That
good.
guy that played that character. Ooh.
Yeah, it's
Skin Crawley.
um
Can't think of his name.
no, damn, I just had it. He's such a great actor.
Yeah, he is.
He played
Here, I'll look.
he
him up.
played the
What's
one that
his-
shall not be named in Harry Potter. Ray Fiennes.
Yeah.
It's Ray Fiennes. It always takes me a second because it looks like Ralph.
You're talking about Voldemort?
Yeah, Voldemort. Dude, now
Not-
thanks. Thanks. Now he's gonna come down here.
Now the Dementors are coming.
Yeah, Ray Fiennes. That dude's a great actor, but in
Yeah.
that he crushes.
He crushed. Yeah.
Um,
And his ending scene where it's again, spoiler alert, sorry if you haven't seen Red Dragon, which has been out for
Ever.
almost 20 years, so
Yeah.
it's kind of fair territory at this point. He's one of the few times when the killer gets killed and then comes back where it actually got me, like the jump scare got
Yeah.
me, because he plays that role, like that part really well. Like he comes back all crazy and you're like, ah.
Yeah, no, agreed.
There-
That is definitely my favorite of that entire series.
Is that another one of his tropes, though? The killer dying and coming back?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah.
There's gonna be some guy that's watching this and just gonna be like, "Dang, I was really gonna watch that movie." Yeah.
I was planning on watching Red Dragon tonight. And you told me
Yeah.
the ending.
I just got introduced to the most terrifying person in cinema history,
And
who
now it just got
had less than
interrupted.
10 minutes of film time through the whole movie. But that's all people remember.
Yeah,
Is the fava beans.
the fava beans.
I introduced your mom to that movie last year.
Really?
Yeah, we watched all of them because she'd never seen them.
Mm.
And I quote it all the time
Mhm.
because she sells wine.
Mhm.
So every once
The
in a
red
while,
Chianti.
she brings home a Chianti, and I'm just like, I'm having with your liver and some fava beans.
Fava beans.
And she goes, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "What are you talking about? It's Hannibal Lecter." She's like, "I've never seen it." So I was like, "We're watching this movie."
Yeah.
So picked a long.
I'm sure she
weekend.
really liked it.
No.
She didn't?
God,
she
no,
does
she
not
was
like
Figured she would like
terrified,
the
dude.
detective side of
She
it.
liked the rest of it.
Yeah.
He terrified
Really,
her.
Anthony Hopkins?
Oh yeah. She was like, So then we watched Red Dragon because that's my favorite in the series,
Mhm.
and she enjoyed it for the most part. And then I couldn't bring myself to have her watch. Was it Hannibal Rising?
Yeah. The
Be-
second one, right?
It's the last one,
Oh, okay.
or is it Hannibal Begins? Dude, it's been so long since I've watched them. Because you have Silence of the Lambs,
Silence of the Lambs.
and then
I thought it was Hannibal Lecter.
Oh, Hannibal Lecter. So it was Hannibal Rising, then Red Dragon, then
Okay.
Hannibal Lecter. So it's the one with it's him younger.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not Anthony Hopkins, and then it gives the backstory of how he became. Have you ever seen this one?
I don't think so.
Oh, dude, it's
It goes.
psychological.
Okay.
It's the beginning. Go
What
ahead.
year did it come
Go
out?
ahead.
It goes Hannibal 2001, The Silence of the Lambs 1991, Hannibal Rising 2007, Red Dragon 2002, Manhunt 1986.
Oh, it's
and there's
Manhunter.
More.
Yeah, but hold on, let me see.
Yeah, it's not in order, which is weird because it's
No,
always
it's
in
it's
order.
in chronological order
Oh,
of
it's
how the movies are supposed to be
So
watched.
Manhunter's the original one. and
1986,
um,
immediately to 2002.
So remember Mr. Mercedes I was telling you about?
Yeah.
He plays Hannibal Lecter originally.
Oh, okay.
And this is old school, dude. But yeah, it was Brian Cox. Why did I just say that? That wasn't Mr. Mercedes.
Oh, okay.
Strike that from the record.
Okay.
I'm not going to edit this video, so I was just wrong.
It happens.
Brian Cox.
I'll let it. Don't worry.
Yeah, I don't care. I can be wrong. Was in like Braveheart, Troy, Red. This guy.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, I know who that is.
And then William Peterson played the detective from CSI.
From CSI?
Yeah.
Nice.
I haven't
wonder
watched
he
that movie in a
landed
long
the
time, but
CSI
man,
Is there semen everywhere?
so I think it was Hannibal Rising.
I think I've seen Rising.
It was Hannibal Rising.
I
I
think
was
I've
right.
seen Rising.
So that's the beginning. So it does a lot of flashback stuff, but it's him going through life as like a younger guy trying to figure himself out.
Okay.
And he's just like repressed memories, and it's like a lot of flashbacks to memories. It's good. I've seen it once.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, that was like it's real heavy, like a Black Mirror episode.
Okay.
You guys go, okay. So I've only ever seen it once.
Okay.
And I was like, I can't bring your mom to watch that. And then Hannibal with him like eating Ray Liotta's brain and everything.
Nice.
I don't think I had her watch. I think we just watched the two.
Okay.
And she was like, okay, I'm good. I was like, all right. Which is funny because she loves the Saw movies. Like,
I don't get it.
and I don't care for the Saw movies past the first one. Like, I don't get it. They're kind of insane to
I thought
me.
X was the best one.
Never saw it.
Never saw it.
No, the last one I saw was the one with the big blades that come out of the wall, and everyone's like tied up. It was like 6 or 7 people, or however many. I don't know. The internet will correct me.
Yeah, I don't remember.
If
It's
we're
before X.
if we're on to the worst horror movies, like the worst like graphic wise, I would have to say The Human Centipede because that one was just
I won't watch it.
We've
that
talked
one
about
was
it.
horror.
We've talked about that. I won't watch it. I know
No?
all about it.
I've seen them and they're not good. Like
Yeah.
it ruined my day to see it, and then right after The Human Centipede, I watched Tusk, and Tusk ruined my view on things. And
Yeah.
I was watching Instagram Reels, and one said, "Oh yeah, I heard that you have a dog and a kid." And he's looking outside a window. He's like, "Yeah, I do." He's like, "You keep your dog and your kid outside together?" He's like, "Yeah, they go along really well together." He's like, "Want to say hi?" He opens the door, and it's a human as a dog. And I was like, that gave Tusk flashbacks, and I hate Tusk.
Yeah, Tusk was rough, man. And I was there. We discussed this once, and you weren't out here. Like I was listening to the Smodcast when Kevin Smith and Mosier came up with that idea, and it came up from a joke based on an article they read from Scan BC, which is a British Columbia, so Canada, like newspaper.
Yeah.
And like the whole thing stemmed from a joke. Like I voted yes for it, sadly, because now I'm like, oh, dude, this is like I've watched it once and I was like, that was enough for me. And I watched it alone at night, all the lights out, and I was like, oh, this is so rough. Like I'm never staying with a stranger. Like this just ruined. Like
I haven't seen Tusk.
Oh no, it's terrible. He goes to an old guy's house. He gets drugged. He's on the operation table.
Spoiler alert.
Oh yeah, spoiler. Sorry.
Do you have any interest in watching this movie?
Yeah, a little bit, but I'll listen. I'll listen to spoilers.
Okay.
It's fine.
This is just one spoiler. He's doing the operation while the guy's alive and awake.
Oh wow.
And he's cutting his skin off and putting a walrus.
No, he knocks him out. He keeps drugging him. So it's exactly how Kevin Smith put it. It's human centipede with a walrus.
Okay.
That's all you need to know.
Okay.
And I think you can picture all of it. And it's Justin Long.
I can picture it, yeah.
It's Justin Long.
Okay.
And it is exactly what they discussed in the podcast. Like there was no it's visceral and the actor was amazing, but it was like this is much. This is a bit
It was horror.
It's a bit heavy and like the whole thing's heavy. And I was like, okay, I'm never watching this film again. I watched it once.
My view.
And what's funny is when it first came out, one of the theaters in town, we went to go watch something else, and they had like the Tusk cardboard pop-up thing. So I got pictures of them like with the Tusk thing, so you can go stand behind it and you look like you're the walrus. So I got pictures of them when they're young, like with the Tusk thing. Yeah, that movie's a bit much.
I've heard that.
It's I don't know. Did you enjoy it?
The Tusk?
Yeah.
No, I did not. It was.
I don't know that. I think you'll appreciate what was done.
Okay.
I don't think you'll enjoy it.
Okay.
Like, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
I feel this exact same way with you and Terrifier. I feel like you would enjoy what was done, or you would appreciate what was done, but I don't think you would enjoy it.
Well, and all the bits I've seen were kind of the funnier bits, except for the cop scene.
Yeah.
Which was like unnerving. Like, okay, like his head's just gone.
Yeah.
And he's like, ta-da! Like it's funny in retrospect, and I might watch them someday. We'll see, because the bits I've seen are really funny. Like it's being really amusing. Like over the top, sure. Seems pretty campy to me, some of it, but like the scene with the glasses was like amused me. I was like, that's kind of funny. Like this terrifying creature, but he's clearly wants to get her attention and get some kind of emotional response out of her, and she just kind of keeps blowing him off. So he keeps trying again. So it's really interesting. It's like the clips I've seen. Now I haven't seen the whole movie, so if you have, you can tell me I'm an idiot. But it seems very much like they're playing on these two characters, and like he's really trying to do his best to kind of get something out of her. And this, I've not seen it. It just based on that scene alone, it seems like he needs to get something out of her. It's very much from what I saw, a Joker Batman relationship.
Okay.
Like Joker is nothing without the Batman.
Yeah.
He wouldn't matter.
There's a dynamic there.
So it based on that one scene, it seemed like he was trying to do something to goat something out of her, whether it was a laugh or an emotional response of some kind.
I think it's just attention.
So like I think that, or just attention, which I think Heath Ledger did so well when he was because he was like, I'm just doing this. It's just me and you, man. Like we're two halves.
I'm nothing without you.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, like Lego Batman really got it. Like when Joker and Batman were on the top of the ledges, just like talking it out. I don't know. It was just like really emotional at some point.
And that's kind of the vibe I got from that 1-2 minute clip I saw of Terrifier. Like outside of everything else, I can appreciate that because it's character arc. It's not like all the Hostel films. There's no character arc.
No,
it's
just violence.
It's just violence. Like character arc is what I enjoy. Story is what I enjoy. Like lazy writing, man. Like I get enough of that from Disney. I don't need it from something else.
Don't need it from Blumhouse.
Yeah.
Or
Blumhouse. However, I've always said Blumhouse.
I've always said Blumhouse too.
So I guess Blum. I don't know. If I had that last name, I'd go by Bloom too.
I would too.
I'd church it up
Orlando,
like Ricky
baby.
So yeah, Orlando Blum.
Yeah, Orlando Blum.
I was just about to say where you could just call it Bum instead of Blum.
But yeah, it's Blumhouse. Blumhouse has made some amazing films though.
I was just watching Halloween 2018 before I came out.
Yeah. What are your takes on the Halloween? What's your favorite Halloween? Is it a zombie?
It's between Ends and then the first zombie one. Right, because I like Zombie as a director. I think I like his films a lot, like that really gritty, dark, twisted stuff. I really I get into that. It turns me on. But yeah, I like Ends. I liked Ends. I like the story in Ends. I don't like the fact that they marketed it as like a Laurie versus Michael, and like it was going to be a big battle between the two of them, and the whole movie you didn't get that. But I liked the concept of it, and wrapping up the trilogy I thought was really cool. I thought they did it in a good way. I'm watching 2018 right now, though.
All right.
It's so-so.
I'm not as hip on them. Like I just didn't. I didn't go back and like when they started coming back, when H2O came out, everyone I knew lost their mind. And I was like, okay. Like I don't know. The character just never
did it for you.
Yeah. Like I don't know.
I get
like,
that.
I respect the hiding in the shadow stuff. Like that's really neat. That was very creative.
There's a lot of those films that really, really suck though. So
yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah.
But I've heard a lot of good things
Busta
about the
Rhymes
zombie
was
ones.
terrible.
Huh?
Busta Rhymes was terrible.
Busta Rhymes was in one?
Yeah, doing karate.
As modern day Busta?
As modern day Busta.
Big boy Busta?
Yeah. He plays like a haunted house interviewer guy.
I love Busta Rhymes.
He's doing karate. And it's like super cheesy and
I can picture all of that.
Yeah, it's so lame.
With his 8-foot dreads?
Yeah. He's got his long dreads and everything. Yeah. You're describing it perfectly.
I can picture it.
Yeah.
My favorite thing he ever did was a very small moment. How big was he? How long was he in that film?
He plays a pretty decent role.
He's in it for a while?
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'd say he probably has like 25 minutes of screen time.
That's pretty decent.
Yeah.
For like an hour and a half or hour 40 minutes, something like that. That's decent.
It's not bad.
My favorite thing he's ever done outside of music, because I'm a huge Busta Rhymes fan, was Finding Forrester.
I don't think I've seen it.
With Sean Connery. Yeah, it's one of Sean Connery's later films.
Okay.
So good. Not horror.
And Busta Rhymes is in it?
And Busta Rhymes is in it.
Okay.
He's got a small
part,
but it's kind of an important part for what it is.
Okay.
But I love seeing him in it because it was so unexpected. I'm like, dude, yes. Like,
nice.
But he's just like, I don't know. He's a good dude. Like as a human, he's a decent guy. Never got caught up in like a bunch of nonsense.
Scandals or
and
anything.
He's still one of the kings. Like, I can't stand New York, but he's one of the kings of New York. But anyways, just Busta Rhymes made me think of this other one.
Busta Rhymes doing karate.
That's so funny because he's not a small man.
No, he's a big guy in it.
Yeah.
He's like the size of Michael.
If he was a boxer, totally believable.
Yeah.
Because Busta can throw hands.
Yeah. Oh,
but swinging them chops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Giving the old bone tomahawk. I
think he does a couple kick moves too.
Dude, that's so funny.
Yeah, I'll have to remember. I wish I had my phone with me. I'd show you which one he's in.
Because he's like a good 260 pounds. Like he's not a small man.
No, he's not small, and he's the size of Michael. Like his fight against Michael is actually like pretty well stacked. Like he holds his own against him. He ends up getting killed.
Obviously,
but, yeah,
everyone does.
Everybody does. Yeah, you don't go against Michael and survive.
So is this one with Jamie Lee Curtis?
I think she's in it. It's been a while since I've seen that one. Look up which one it is, real quick.
Because she came back for H2O, right? And
I think so.
As she's Lori.
And then she came back in 2018. She did the 2020, and then she did Halloween Ends. She played such a small part in Halloween Ends.
Halloween movies.
Halloween Ends.
I would do Halloween Buster
Rhymes.
Rhymes.
So short.
Halloween 78. Halloween Ends.
I feel like Halloween Ends was
dang
just
it! I
too
put in
short.
Halloween movies and it brings up like all of like the 31 movies. Halloween.
Buster Rhymes.
Buster Rhymes. Buster. Halloween Resurrection.
Resurrection. There you go. That's what it is.
And when was that film?
Late 2000s.
2002.
Yeah, or
Okay.
early 2000s.
Long time ago. Oh, that's not a good-looking Michael Myers either.
No.
Wow. I might have seen bits and pieces of this one.
It's a bad one, but it's bad in a good way.
Yeah.
It looks
And
so terrible.
so many of the Michaels are like that. Like, so many of them are bad but good.
But I think Halloween Ends was just a little too short.
Dude,
Really?
Halloween
Yeah.
Kills, he looks great in all these photos.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is this one... So which Halloween? Because, again, I'm not that hip on them. I haven't watched most of them. I watched the original. Which one does he take his mask off? Because there's one of the more recent ones.
Rob Zombie, he takes it off a couple times. In
Like-
Halloween 2018, the movie starts with him without his mask on.
And then he, like, puts it on and goes into kill mode.
Mm-hmm. Well, the guy holds up the mask. Michael's standing away from him at the psychiatric unit in the courtyard, and he's holding the mask up, and he's like, "Is this making you feel anything?" And like, kind of like taunting him with it. And everybody, all the crazy people around him, are getting all hyped up and screaming and howling like monkeys. But that's one of the times where he doesn't have his mask on. I'm trying to think of times where I've seen him without his mask on.
Because Leach was talking about one of these movies where he's just like roaming the earth without it. And then like around Halloween time, he gets drawn back home
To it.
and then like puts it on and goes crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is he chasing like his sister and his niece in all of these
Not
films?
in all of them.
Okay.
That started in the later series of him trying to kill his bloodline. So that was like
Why?
another. It was just lazy
See,
writing.
Like, these
Lazy
things
writing.
just they don't attract me
No.
because of that.
Yeah, that whole premise doesn't do it for me. Him trying to kill his bloodline. It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah.
It doesn't. He's supposed to just be an unhinged killer, and that's supposed to be it.
Yeah, but then everything I ever hear is like he's chasing down his sister or his niece or whatever.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It's not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
John Carpenter, you turn over his grave. If he knew
Yeah.
where Halloween went.
Yeah, because that's the thing that like that kicked off slashers.
Yep.
Like we didn't really have creature features. We had like ghosts and
Yeah.
demons and stuff.
Vampires
But
and
the
stuff.
slasher wasn't a thing until Halloween.
Nope.
Are we talking about Freddy Krueger?
No,
we're talking
Michael
about
Myers.
Michael Myers.
Okay.
The first Halloween, John Carpenter's Halloween, which was 1976.
Yep. When it was still the bee's knees.
In Halloween 2, Michael wanted revenge since he didn't kill her, and because
Are you talking about the original Halloween 2 or
I'm pretty
or
sure
Rob
it's saying
Zombie's,
this because
Rob Zombie's Halloween 2?
I just said, why did Michael try to kill his whole bloodline? It said in most Halloween movies, Michael Myers tried to kill Laurie Strode because she is his sister, and that's the end of it.
Okay.
But I don't think they were always siblings. I think that became a thing later.
I think you're thinking Halloween 2, Rob Zombie's version. Look at the movie that you're looking at and look at the director.
It just said, why did I looked at the search bar and it said kill his and then Laura. I was like, I meant to put
Laurie?
Bloodline.
Laurie.
Laurie Strode.
And Halloween franchise, so this isn't based on anything. It just said franchise. Michael Myers is
Did you
driven.
put another Zen in?
Yeah, I just took one out.
It-
The other one's right
You're
there.
getting more like me. You're taking one out, putting one in.
Well, I didn't want to vape on while doing this. Vaping will get you kicked. I don't think.
Oh,
it's-
will it really?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And
Not that I have enough like followers or views or anything for it to matter.
you have over 205 views, so it kind of does.
Yeah, I'm
matter.
getting views. I'm
I,
picking up
I
views.
looked at it.
I'm not getting a lot of like comments or anything though.
I comment.
Please comment, guys.
I
By the
comment.
way, you got
Say
two,
something.
You got 2 more subscribers. Jasmine and my buddy Jordan that came
Nice.
over.
Comment.
Uh,
You little bastards.
It says
I comment.
It says why
You do.
because he is afflicted with the curse of thorn. That's the only reason what it says.
See, and all this is like nonsense. Like it shouldn't be like that. He's
No.
supposed to just be an unhinged killer. That's what he was originally written as. That's what he should always be. He doesn't need motive. He doesn't need a story. Officer, those aren't ours.
It's already pulled over.
He's already pulled over. He can't pull over any further.
So
Oh, right here I said.
Amazing
Why
movie.
did Michael want to kill his bloodline? A deep-seated psychological need for control and warped sense of retribution. Does that give a sense to anything?
sure.
I mean,
it's more realistic than nothing. I mean, it's fine. Whatever the reason is, okay.
Yeah,
I just think it's kind of a goofy
it's
premise.
unnecessary. Yeah, it's unnecessary.
Like, I think there's so many. I mean, you could just be an unhinged killer and leave it
At that,
at that and just go
Thank
kind
you.
of crazy
That's what
through
I'm trying to say.
a town.
That's what I'm trying to say. Every year on Halloween, a guy just comes through and fucks shit up.
It's all it needs to be.
That's all it needs to be.
And
That's all it should be.
Yeah, and then just go through a new town, just
Oh,
wherever he
so-
could just be roaming the world like Kane from Kung Fu, but like not doing good.
Yeah.
And just when
Not
it
helping
turns-
little old ladies.
Yeah, and just wherever he happens to be, he just dons the mask and acts like a lunatic.
Yeah.
Like,
And then it
So-
ends.
and then rides off in the sunset.
Yep.
So
like
kind of
Shane,
like Chucky.
but not a cowboy.
So kind of like Chucky. He just went through his whole town and just started.
Well, Chucky had his entire thing though was he was a serial killer who got crazy
Trapped in a body.
in a doll, and then in 2 and 3 was trying to get back into a human body, was trying to transfer himself into a little boy's body, and then I don't know what the hell the purpose of Bride of Chucky was, because he wasn't really that I remember. It's been a long time since I've watched it, but he got a wife. But
Yeah,
I don't
Tiff.
even remember if that was his goal. I don't remember what the hell
I
his
don't think
goal
so.
was.
It's
in
been a while
Bride.
since I've seen Bride.
Dude, I haven't watched it in so long.
I'm gonna
'cause
watch it after
kinda
Halloween.
Sucked.
Yeah.
So-
like you like to say, it's a very campy movie.
Yeah.
For what it is, I enjoy it just because I really like the Chucky franchise,
Oh,
the
fair
Child's
enough.
Play franchise.
To possess a human body.
I know it's his goal, but in Bride of Chucky, because in Bride of Chucky, I don't remember because he threw all the stuff in with that chick, and that's
Mhm.
how Tiff became a thing.
Mhm.
And then he was trying to get a body, but it wasn't a child anymore. Dude, I'm trying to go back like 20 years
Yeah,
into
no,
my
I know.
memory.
Okay, so this is what
and
it
I used
says.
to smoke a lot of pot. So he, like, when that movie first came out, froze. When that movie came out, I was a teenager and watched it. So I'm trying to mud my way through these memories. He had her trying to get the one guy in that trailer. She straps him down and everything.
Yeah.
Thinks they're gonna go at it, and then she tries doing like an incantation stuff to like transfer the body into this like grown man.
Mhm.
I don't remember why it didn't, like, what failed. I don't remember that. I just remember he was trying to get into that body,
Mhm.
and then somehow screwed Tiff over because she didn't want to be in a doll.
Mhm.
I think he just kind of like, screw this, gave up, turned her into a doll. And he was like, okay, now you're in it to win it with me. The one scene I have always remembered, froze again. The one scene I did always remember because it was kind of fascinating is they made that guy drive him around in his car. And I think they had like a body in the trunk, and he's freaking out, and they pull over, and he's gonna kill him, and he gets out to run, and he's pulled over on the side of the freeway, and he starts running across the street, gets taken out by a big rig. It's like the one scene that I remember very well because I was
Okay.
like, oh, at least he went quick, and
Yeah.
doll didn't get him.
Not very painless.
Yeah, but he was supposed to drive him around, and he just like took off. So then they had to figure out how to drive this damn car on their own.
Right here.
So it
in-
was a very like campy, like down there running the pedals
Yeah.
while up here you know.
Steering.
Yeah.
It says to find a mate to kill and revive into a body of another doll, and it gives out specified like descriptions. Chucky, a killer doll possessed by the soul of a serial killer. Tiffany, Chucky's ex-girlfriend whose soul is inside a toy.
Mhm.
And Bride doll, the doll that Chucky transfers Tiffany's soul into after killing her. That's what it says.
Yep.
So to find a mate, kill somebody, transfer the body.
And then I never saw a seed of Chucky because it had
You never saw it.
no interest.
I
Like,
get that.
I remember the trailers.
I saw it when it came out.
And it's like crawling all over real fast, and remember the little heartbeat in her belly and all that crap. Like, Chucky was never. I mean, I've watched, I think the first 4.
Okay.
It's been a long time because I was like, oh, okay, that's a thing. Like, I don't know, I didn't get into it as big as a lot of other people, like even Leech. Like, and I don't really have an opinion about them one way or the other. It's not like I think they're bad. I was just like, okay, that's a thing. It just didn't capture me the same way that caught other people.
I get that.
But yeah, Bride of Chucky was like kind of goofy.
Very goofy.
Yeah, I don't know. I think my biggest problem with it is like the look of the dolls. They always just look kind of weird to me. And it's like, it's not that terrifying.
Well, like
I never thought they were particularly
scary.
Frightening.
Okay.
Like, I thought it was just kind of odd. Like, I mean, the premise is cool, but the dolls just
didn't do it for you.
Yeah, just threw off the look.
I get that.
And then as time went on, he got like more and more CGI looking, and kind of weirder looking, and I was like,
face mushy.
Yeah, I was like, all right, that's a thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I'd rather see the crazy killers that don't have a face, which is funny because I don't think any of the other ones are very good.
Yeah.
I think all the Jason stuff kind of sucked. We talked about this.
Jason I don't like very much. Just the whole series is very boring.
It's very
Yeah, very played out.
Like American Psycho though was fantastic.
American Psycho is a phenomenal horror film.
I'm pretty sure if I remember correctly,
Christian Bale.
Dude, crushed.
Crushed.
Pretty sure Chucky got the stitches from getting chopped up and placed into different locations. So, and then he broke out, or something happened. He got out, stitched himself back together, and was back on his mission.
The stitches are fine. I don't have a problem with the stitches. It's just the overall aesthetic of the doll. It just never looks that. Like,
I feel like the stitches
I would
mess
never
it up,
buy you guys a doll that looked like that. Because it's already just kind of like, that's.
I know. I hate dolls.
Not a great.
I find them
doll.
creepy.
I'm just saying. Oh, I know you do. I'm just saying, like an action figure or anything. I wouldn't if it already looked like him before he got all beat up. It's like, it's kind of, blah. It's kind of ugly.
I got you an action figure recently.
Yeah. Is he sitting over there?
Cobra Commander.
Yeah, Cobra Commander. Yeah, it's because I still haven't finished dealing with all this. I haven't had time, so there's no shelves or anything to put him
I get
on.
that.
So he's sitting right there.
He's hanging out.
Yep.
He's watching over us while we podcast.
He's getting ready to retreat.
Yeah.
Yeah, at some point I'd like to be able to have shelves and stuff out here, have a bunch of stuff behind me, but hasn't happened yet. Time
is
fickle,
forsaken.
fickle broad. But yeah, dude, American Psycho was one of the best. Like, just balls to the wall.
What do you think what do you think happened at the end?
I think it was all in his head.
Same.
Yeah, I think that he was just like taking out all of his frustration.
Yeah.
Mentally, murking everybody.
Yeah.
And then none of it was real.
One of my favorite scenes is when he shoots the doorman. When he comes into the hotel and he just like caps the guy out of nowhere. You're like, all right.
My favorite scene is my favorite of those type of scenes is when he's like laying out all the plastic and he's like dancing. He's dancing all funny with the axe and stuff. And then while she's just talking on the couch and he's like,
Jared Leto.
Yeah. So I like that. But my favorite scene of that whole film, it's stupid. I don't know why it's my favorite, but it just is when they're all talking about the business cards.
Yeah, it's super good.
Like, I don't know.
It's called
why.
Bone.
Yeah. Like, I don't know why I like that scene so much, but it just shows the ridiculous shit people care about.
Yeah.
And it just goes into that, like, oh, my stuff is better than your stuff and competing nonsense. So it's funny. Like, it's really well done. It's very well delivered.
It's a very tense scene.
By everyone in the room. Like, they all do such a great job. And the internal monologue.
Christian Bale starts sweating all profusely and stuff. Yeah.
Like, the way he talks, like, in his internal monologue
in his head,
about that stupid card.
Yeah.
It was like, dude, this is really well done.
Yeah.
Like, the writing's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's a ridiculous thing to care about.
Yeah.
Like, but I guess I operate differently. Like, I don't have that, like competitive ownership kind of drive. Like, I mean, I'm competitive, but like physically competitive. I'm not like, oh, you've got this cool thing. I need to get the thing better than you. I'd be broke if I was that kind of guy. I'm related to people like that for sure. Like, my aunt was married to a guy. She calls him the devil. He traded in her truck while she was at work for this big ass truck. Oh yeah, no, she's still pissed about it. And this was
Damn.
like almost 20 years ago. No, a little over 20 years ago. I said she used to be married. But she had this big, like the real big square body Ford extended cab, long bed and all that. She loved that truck, but it was a manual 4x4. And she married a cop. She was a cop who married a cop, grown ass man, did his tours in the Navy, couldn't drive stick.
Mm.
Well, and he had his square body, and one day while she was at work, he traded in her truck because he wanted this big lifted Chevy. And she goes, "What the hell, dude? Why'd you get rid of my truck? Why didn't you get rid of yours?" She goes, "Well, I couldn't drive your truck." So he was grinding gears with her truck all the way to the dealership to trade it in, looking like a punk, and bought this big lifted, like 03 Chevy 2500. Dope ass truck. They lifted that thing up. I think they did 12 inches worth of lift total.
Okay.
And ran, it's like 44s or 46s. Like this truck was huge.
Mm-hmm.
You've met Johnny. She's 5'3".
Yeah.
Getting in and out of this big ass truck.
Yeah.
She named it Brutus, put this big giant brush guard on it and stuff. Well, he was in competition with all these other deputies that all had big lifted trucks, and he got tired of having his little half-ton square body.
Mm-hmm.
It was two-wheel drive, wasn't lifted, and he wanted to compete, so he went out and got a big-ass truck, kept lifting it, bigger and bigger tires. Well, they were originally running like Mickey Thompsons, which are not cheap.
Mm.
And one day she's like, "Nah, we're done with this," and bought like this other brand of tire. But she did her research. She was like, "They're really great tires, just they're half the price." So she bought these other tires, and he was pissed because they weren't the name brand Mickey Thompsons. Now there's something else. And she goes, "Dude, screw you. You don't know anything about the tires in the first place. You're not paying for them. I am. Like, it's my damn truck.
Mm-hmm.
And these tires are dope. Like, shut up." Well, he was all pissy and broody for like 3 days. And then someone else there needed new tires. They saw his, researched them, saw how badass they were, and then went out and bought them. And then eventually all the other deputies went out and bought the same damn tire.
Oh, nice.
So now he was like walking all big because he started the trend.
Yeah.
He's that kind of guy. Those kind of people annoy the piss out of me. It's like, "Oh, you got this thing? I need to get the next bigger thing and the next better, shinier thing." And that's very much what that movie is.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's just got to get the nicer, shinier thing.
And that's also how you lose money.
You lose money quickly. Yeah, that's all my stuff. I try to save money on. I chose well when I married your mom because she's very good at saving us money.
Very frugal.
Yes, thank God, because it allows me to sometimes not be so frugal.
Yeah.
Because I don't go cheap on tools, and fortunately, she understands why. So, but I buy tools because I need them.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, so that movie is fantastic.
Super good. We haven't talked about that at all, but that's a good one to talk about. It'd be a good one to do a deep dive review on, even though it's been done 1,000 times. It'd be fun to do.
Yeah, that one. We still need to do Bone Tomahawk.
Yeah, no. Should do that this week.
Try to. Hopefully we can. You weren't out there. Did you watch Bone Tomahawk with us?
No, I haven't been.
Oh, boy.
That was a couple weeks ago. Your brother was with us. He saw it. He walked out here one night when we were recording, and I was like, "Bone Tomahawk." He's like, "Whoa."
Yeah. It's a Netflix movie.
Yeah. We'll have to sit down and watch it again so we can do our deep dive.
Kurt Russell.
We'll do our deep dive on it. I'll put it on this other monitor.
Okay.
We can
Jam
watch
out
along.
to it.
Now I'm torn. Should we have him watch it while
With
we're
us?
doing the deep dive, or watch it before the deep dive?
I say while we're doing
because then we can record his live response.
We could. Let's let him watch it live, and then because we know we can talk about it while it's going on.
Yeah, and we can get his live feed on because we've already seen it.
Does that play volume?
We'll turn it off, but I'll turn on subtitles.
Okay.
Or we can just hook up headphones to that, and he can listen.
Yeah, I was gonna say hook up headphones so you can hear it.
Yeah. So I might even swap monitors so he's got the bigger monitor to watch it on.
Okay.
I'll just do all my data stuff on the smaller monitor.
Okay. Yeah, I like that idea. It's an intense movie, dude.
Yeah.
I've seen Tusk and Human Centipede.
No, it's a different
kind of
it's a different thing. It's a different animal.
It's a
altogether.
very grounded tense.
So it's worse than the Human Centipede.
Not worse.
No, it's very different. It's not. You can't think of that.
They're two separate movies.
Yeah, that body horror nonsense. It's not that at all. It's no. It's a very slow burn, but when that firework goes off, it goes off hard. So
so kind of like Cooties. It was
no, because
Cooties.
Well, Cooties was only slow for a little while. It's another really good pull though, because I love that movie. Have you ever seen Cooties?
No.
Oh, it's
dude
so
with Elijah
good.
Wood and Dwight.
Dwight from The Office?
Yep.
No, I haven't.
Dual Will.
Dual
Will. He's got
Is
a
that
dually.
Cooties?
He's got a dually. He's the coach. He's the athletic director of the school.
Okay.
It all takes place at a school.
He's
like
also
an
really
elementary
cocky.
school. Dude, he crushes, dude. Rainn Wilson is a genius. I love him in everything. And he's fantastic in Cooties.
Did you watch Super?
Oh yeah.
That was a
I would
good
do it
one.
with the wrench.
Yeah.
Yeah. Super was great. But Cooties, dude, that's a really good horror film.
Mm-hmm.
It's got Elijah Wood in it and Rainn Wilson. I don't remember. There's a bunch of it's a great cast, but those are the two that stand out that I remember. Because of his freaking dually, and he can't quite say dual rear wheel.
Yeah, dual rear wheel.
Dual rear wheel. But Cooties is great.
It was so funny when they were like asking what his truck is. They're like, "What's your truck?"
He was saying because they're trying to figure out how to get out of there. They need an escape plan. He's like, "We can take my truck because it's the dually," and then he goes into that. But there was another movie around the same time that we watched that was kind of similar, that was really good too. Now I'm trying to remember what it was. When we watched Cooties, I mean, this is years ago now we watched this, but Cooties is great, dude. You'd love it.
Okay.
It's the whole thing's fantastic.
I'll try to find it. And watch it.
Have you ever seen The Faculty?
It's
Yes,
on. It's
I've
on
seen
Hulu.
The Faculty. Cooties is on Hulu.
I'm pretty sure Cooties is on Hulu. YouTube with ads.
Let's see. We'll find it right now. So the viewers at home can find it too, because the movie is fantastic.
It is really good.
It's from 2014. It's on the CW. Do you have Amazon?
I can get it.
Okay, because it's on Amazon.
It's a really good horror movie. You guys go.
Philo.
Check
Do you have
it
Philo?
I don't have Philo.
I think Philo's another free one.
Okay.
I got a couple random ones. But yeah, it's on Tubi. Do you have Tubi?
I think I'm watching
Because Tubi's free.
Terrifier and Tubi. I think so.
So if that's the case, Cooties is on here. Dude, it's so fun. There he is. There's Rainn Wilson. It's just the cover art.
Dude, if
That
the
movie's so
trailer's
fun.
on
Is it like
there,
a zombie film?
Don't. Just you just have to watch
Okay.
it.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
it's something. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's great. Oh,
Because I saw Please Don't Feed the Children.
yeah, dude. It's
The
fantastic.
children feed themselves.
You'll dig it. Let's see. What's another movie
Will
like?
you text
related
it to me real quick so I can remember the name of it?
Yeah. Let's see. What's another one that's like similar to that? Movies like Cooties, because there was another film. Cooties
Was it 24th or 25th?
movies like Cooties, because there's another one that's got like kind of a similar fun vibe to it. I just don't remember what it was. Oh, did you ever watch Scout's Guide to the Zombie Apocalypse?
Yes.
It's so freaking funny.
So funny.
His obsession with Dolly Parton.
That's why. So because of that movie, that's why I picked out the Dolly Parton shirt for Molly,
Oh, okay.
or for not for Molly, for whiskey. That's why I picked that. That's why I picked the Dolly Parton one.
That shirt's so great. She liked it a lot. Dang, I'm not seeing another one. Oh, I never saw that one, but I think it was good. The Crazies. Did you ever see it?
Kind of see the.
I've never seen it. Oh, it just went away. It's a Pitchfork.
Oh yeah, I've seen the Crazies.
Ow! I just slapped my ear, catching my little hat.
Yeah, catching my little bud hat.
Little bud hat.
Dang, man. I can't.
Are you looking up a director or just movies like?
No, movies like it. Because I feel like there was another movie that was really similar to it that we watched. Like, around the same time. That kind of had the same like vibe, because Cooties is like, it's a fun horror film.
Okay.
Like, and it's got a lot of funny bits to it, but it's not. I still wouldn't consider it campy.
Okay.
Because the horror is not
overdone.
Like, the horror is like. Do you ever watch World War Z?
Yeah.
So like that, like real tense
Mm-hmm.
kind of thing. So all the horror stuff in it's very tense.
Okay.
But there's a lot of really fun comedic moments.
Okay.
Because of the actors who are trying to survive the tenseness.
Okay.
Very well done.
You should watch The Crazies. I think you might like that one.
I've always planned on it.
It's very grounded. It's my new word of the week.
Yeah. Like, I'm cool with things that aren't, but I think they need to be well done and have a reason. Like, I guess I just
Strangers, baby, strangers.
What was the reasoning for them being there?
Oh, they were just killers.
Yeah,
they were just killers.
Well, that's like I'm very aware of Speak No Evil.
The British one or the American?
The newest one.
The American one.
Yeah. I'm aware of it. I screwed up and read about it, and I was like, oh, okay. Like, it'd probably be good, but I think it'd be very slow.
Sorry, the autism kicked in. I saw cars, so I played with cars.
Yeah. Yeah, I've got cars all over this place. Well, so I used to have them up on the shelf before I rearranged everything.
The tism activated, so I saw them, wanted to play with them.
I see trains. I'm trying to think of some other really good horror stuff that I really enjoy.
There's planes. Oh,
I guess I just really haven't been watching any movies for so long. I just mainly stick to YouTube stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch Don't Suck?
Yeah, I watched it with you.
Oh, that's right. Dude, that movie's so freaking funny.
Mm-hmm.
It just popped up right now when I was looking at my stuff. Like, not really horror.
Yeah, you did it for my.
But it was funny.
For my anniversary.
Oh, that's right. Renfield was really good.
I liked Renfield, even though I'm like so into Cage.
I love Nick Cage.
I know you do. We've talked about this. I don't know what it is.
Cage.
I can't wait to watch Longlegs. Like, I want to see it. I deliberately avoided Leach's take on it because I want to see it, and I don't want to hear that it's god awful or he's tired of praise or whatever. I didn't want any. Like, I want to go into. I know nothing about it, and I want to keep it that way.
I hear you. I've seen the trailer, and the trailer looks really good.
I haven't even seen the trailer.
You should watch the trailer.
Like, I don't want to, dude.
Oh, you want to go blind?
I want to go blind because it's just like
It's a horror film. Just so
oh
you
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Okay.
No, I know.
Okay.
He's been cranking those out lately. Sympathy for the Devil was really good. I wouldn't consider it horror. It's a psychological film.
Okay.
Sympathy for the Devil was really good.
You haven't seen any of the Insidious films, have you?
No, I want to though.
Okay.
Like, those ones do look good.
Yeah, they're good.
And
I like the first one the most.
is that the one? Who's in it?
Tiptoe through the window.
Is that the one with like the red face thing?
Yeah, the
okay.
devil. The devil.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, he's the devil.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because there's a bunch of these movies, but it's also got. Let's see if this is the one I'm thinking of. That has got, yeah, Patrick Wilson. Like, the cast was a pretty big lineup, but I feel like there was a. It was either these ones or another one that's got like a really great cast. That I saw the cast and I was like, oh, I want to watch that just for the cast. This might have been it because of Patrick Wilson, because I like him. He's always fun.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I wanted to watch it because of him. Oh, he's been cranking out a bunch of.
He's in The Conjuring too.
Yeah,
right?
I'm seeing that. Yeah,
Mhm.
I didn't watch any of those. That's not really my bag.
Conjuring, I didn't. I mean, I like the first one. The first one's pretty good.
Conjuring was just
Kind of fell off
interesting.
for me after that, but I like Insidious.
Dude, he was fantastic in Bone Tomahawk. That's all I know.
Yeah, he was. With his, I don't want to spoil anything for Richter, but
The
with his
Nun.
leg injury,
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, the Prometheus.
What movie are we talking about?
Bone
Well,
Tomahawk.
Where we're talking about an
Oh,
actor,
okay.
but he happens to be
In Bone
in
Tomahawk.
Bone Tomahawk,
'Cause
and
it-
is fantastic.
Because if it was like The Conjuring, you could spoil it. Because I don't plan on watching this.
No, but he's in The Conjuring. He's in all the Conjuring films. This one actor that I'm talking about, he's in all the Insidious films, and he's in all the Conjuring films. But he also happens to be one of the leads in Bone Tomahawk. Like, he's really been going in for like horror stuff
Mm-hmm.
because he was great in Watchmen, He was great in Midway. Like, he's done a bunch of stuff that. Wow, I didn't realize he's been in that many.
I forgot he was
films.
in Watchmen. He was the owl guy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, he was Arthur. It's been a while since I watched that one. Half of that movie just didn't hit with me.
Which movie?
The Watchmen.
Same.
And I have the original comic. I have a boatload of comics. You'd think I would love it. I think it's just before my time.
Mm-hmm.
Because everything I loved was characters who wound up getting iced.
Yeah.
Like,
a lot of characters got iced.
Rorschach is the best character in that entire series, and you're not supposed to like him. Like, he was specifically created to be hated, and he was the most beloved character in that whole damn movie. I'm not locked in here with you.
You're locked in here with me.
Yeah.
That's why I specifically don't really.
He throws the oil on the guy.
Yeah.
So fucking gnarly.
Men go to prison. Dogs get put down.
Oh, it's so gnarly.
Dude, he's so good. He's the best part of that.
That
whole
actor
film.
is really solid.
Dude, yeah, he crushes. And then I like Funny Man, or the comedian, rather.
Yeah, the comedian.
But
He's only in it for like.
He's a terrible human.
He's only in it for like 5 minutes.
But he's a great actor because he's also Negan.
Mm-hmm.
He's a great actor.
Mm.
But I also liked The Losers. Did you ever watch The Losers?
I love that movie.
Dude, like that whole movie's fantastic, and that's also based on comics.
Oh, is it really?
But I liked that movie a lot.
Mm.
Yeah, Watchmen. I like half of the movie, and the other half is just kind of
Dr. Manhattan.
Dude, the Dr. Manhattan stuff is so boring to me. Like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. It just, again, before my time, I guess, is the only thing I can say. Like, I understand why it's like the most praised comic, and it's the most praised like comic adaptation because it is shot for shot.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer Sin City,
I love Sin City.
and that is a shot.
Did you like A Dame to
shot.
Kill For?
I did.
I did too.
Yeah, dude. I've got a movie poster somewhere for that.
We're part of the minority on that one though.
Oh, really?
People hated Dame to Kill For.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
People hated it.
I liked it.
I did
thought
too. I thought it was
good.
awesome.
I liked the first one a little more, I think.
I do too.
But I liked it.
Elijah Wood's character in it is.
Dude. That guy knows how to pick a crazy movie.
Yeah, he does.
Like, we were talking about this when we were talking about Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Like,
I forgot we didn't talk about him being in I just forgot the name of it. What we were just talking about. Sin City.
yeah, dude.
I forgot
like,
that he was in that.
Yeah, he was the crazy kid. Doesn't ever talk,
Yeah,
man.
with the
He was like-
glasses.
he didn't even make a noise when I was chopping him up
Yep.
and feeding him to the dogs. He just
That's a
looked up
good
and
movie.
smiled at me.
It's a really good movie.
Yeah, that one's crazy. But I have those comics too. Like, but those are shot for shot,
Mm.
like frame by frame, page by page. So fantastic. Yeah, he's back on his phone.
Uh-oh.
Well, because there's
What?
nothing for me to talk about. So I'm
You don't
just-
like? You haven't watched any of these?
No.
No,
Really? You've never seen Sin City?
I have it.
Yeah, you need to watch Sin City.
Well, I also kept him from watching a lot of these things.
Okay, that
for a
makes sense.
long
Well,
time.
but you're old enough now.
Yeah, he's
well,
old
it's
enough
also
now.
I barely care for like a lot of genres. I stick to one thing and then.
What do you
try to
normally
finish
watch?
that. A lot of everything, but for right now,
You just
I'm,
said
I'm specific. I'm specifically into one genre. I don't care for a lot of genres, but I'll be down to watch different type of genres
Okay.
after I
Okay,
finish
you're
something
talking
that I'm
in
doing.
circles. Kid.
yeah. You just-
What movies do you like? If you were to go in there right now, you
And
know,
pick a movie.
You know what movies I have. If you were to go in and
How to
pick a
Train
movie,
Your Dragons.
okay,
How to Train Your Dragon? The animated
That-
film?
That's the best one. I have it on DVD inside my
Okay.
room.
okay, but like, so I agree. Fantastic series of movies. I love them. I took you to all of them. But no, like, if you were to watch a film, if you wanted to watch a movie, like, what kind of movie would you want to watch? Would you want to watch something funny, so comedy? Want to watch something serious, some romantic comedy, horror?
The
What would
thing-
you?
The thing I really like doing is like detective work movies.
So mystery.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like mystery.
That's because you're my kid. Mystery's the best. I love mysteries. They're my absolute favorite.
I'm getting into them.
Dude, they are so much fun.
I really like true crime documentaries a lot. Those are like my favorite.
Then you
thing
would
to
dig.
watch.
Then you would dig most of the mysteries that I've got.
And I'm trying to get more into them. And the ones that got me into it were the comedy ones on
Yeah.
on on BritBox.
Yeah, the M for
I sold, dude. I was like, these are fucking
talked
awesome.
about that like 3 times now.
Yeah,
but dude,
I know.
Johnny Vegas. Johnny Vegas is the best.
Yeah, I loved him and his wife together were phenomenal.
Yep.
And all 3 of those movies did really good. And you told me that they're coming out with a 4th one, right?
I think they are.
Think they are?
Yeah, I'll have to look into it again, but I'm pretty sure they were planning on doing another one because those were great, dude. They were smash hits.
Richter, I really think you should watch Sin City though.
Yeah, I think you'd dig a lot of it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't, dude, it's so hard to tell with you, like, because you and your brother are kind of fickle. You'll both just like get up and walk halfway through a movie, and I'm like, "What are you doing, man? This movie's fantastic." So I don't know.
Well, I like things my taste. I don't.
Well, no, that's fair. You're allowed to.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
but
we have different tastes.
oh, I know, but well, that's only partially true because I like everything, and so at some point we're gonna have a crossover. And that's why I was saying, like, what's the stuff that you enjoy, generally speaking, because dude, I've got a huge library of mystery. Like, mystery is by far my favorite genre, and I have lots and lots and lots and lots of mystery. At any given time, you can go in there and turn on and just go into BritBox on the TV, and that the British do one thing very well, and that is mysteries.
Well, it's also like the one type of thing that I like is murder mystery, and my favorite one has to be Murder Mystery by Adam Sandler and the wife.
Well, so you like funny murder mystery?
Sounds
Did
like
he?
Yeah.
He would love the Johnny Vegas series.
Yeah, you would.
because those are
I
funny.
don't like the deep connected ones, like the ones that like the French dude.
Poirot.
Yeah, Hercule Poirot. Yeah, I don't like that deep, weird. It's not weird. Like,
I was just saying, I don't know why you're calling it weird. Like,
no, it's just I
it's
don't like
just-
that
it's just
really
murder
deep
mystery.
thing. Like you're getting way into depth, and it confuses me. I like the very
Playful.
Yeah, like noticeable, playful, and understandable.
Yeah, then you would like the Johnny Vegas series.
I think you would too.
Because like that,
It's- because they're very fun and funny. They're actually spoofs of Agatha Christie stories.
like the Hercule Poirot, like I would walk out, go to the bathroom, come back. Next thing you know, he's on a freaking horse doing some random thing in a midtown western.
No, Hercule Poirot doesn't get on a horse. He's a gentleman.
I was like, I don't know what
He doesn't get on a horse.
I don't know what he's doing, but he's like
Well, no,
going
he's
around.
he's a private detective. He's like Sherlock Holmes. He's written in the same vein as Sherlock Holmes. Now, most Americans don't know anything about Hercule Poirot, except for now with the 3 main films that they just did.
Mhm.
But there's a huge list of those. But like, if you watch the Sherlock Holmes ones, those are actually like amusing. They were meant to be kind of lighthearted. Like, you're doing like normal detective work, but it's very creative. It's never as simple as, oh, here's a body who was shot. Let's go look for, track down the guy who shot him. It's not as simple as that. It's always creative. And he's always tracking down creative killings, basically. Poirot is a little bit of everything, but it's mostly like, it's mystery. But if you like the funny stuff, the Johnny Vegas series, you would love those movies because they're
really good.
They're really similar to what you're
Murder
talking
mystery.
about. With the Sandler stuff, which I enjoyed the Sandler ones,
So, what's your all-time favorite movie then?
like all time.
All time favorite movie. I'm not really big of a movie person. I like TV show series or anime specifically.
You're giving us nothing.
I'm going really basic.
Make a movie.
Going really basic. How to Train Your Dragons, because there's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Because that movie is just the movie series. I like it.
That's fair.
Same with Lilo and Stitch. I just like Stitch.
That's fair. I'd be torn if I had to pick one.
That's what I would. While I asked him, I was trying to think of my all-time favorite movie,
I've
and
got
I'm
like
still
a
trying
top
to.
20.
I know exactly. If you had to pick one though that you could watch on repeat forever, and that's the only movie you could watch, what do you think it would be? I'll try to think of mine too.
Dude, I'm torn between a couple, so it's really hard to say because there's a couple of films that I have actively watched over and over, like finished it, rewind, play it over for like an entire day. But I'm one of those personalities that when I watch a movie that I love,
Jaws.
Yeah, Jaws is up there. That's definitely in the contention. See, even he knows.
I do the same thing, so it's okay.
But I've got
You have a license plate of Jaws.
Well, I've got all kinds of Jaws stuff. Jaws is definitely in my top 5. It's probably in my top 3, realistically. But, dude, it's so hard to pick because I've got Raiders. Raiders of the Lost Ark is one of them. Back to the Future. I would say part 2 probably. I could watch that one over and over because there's so much going on.
That's the movie I was thinking of.
Like, I love the first one, and I could definitely watch it over and over too. So it's hard to pick between the two. But if I could only watch one of them forever, it would be 2 because it's got a little bit of both. Because they do go back to the 50s. So that's one of them. Dude, The Gentleman is one of them.
Okay.
So, yeah, I mean, I've got a couple, dude. It's hard to pick, like,
no,
just
I get
one.
It. It's a tough question. It's a really tough question, especially from somebody that's like a movie person.
I've been asked it before,
yeah,
and I've always refused to answer one.
Yeah.
So, like, I had this conversation years ago, and I was like, I can't pick one. They're like, okay, well, top 3. And I was like, oh, and I was like, I'd rather do a top 10.
Yeah.
and they were like, all right, well, then top 10. And then I listed off my top 10, like, because like Who Framed Roger Rabbit would be in there.
That's awesome.
Like I've got a few that have always been like faithful companions for me.
Okay.
Like whenever I'm going through, because I mean, everyone goes through tough times. Everyone's gone through shit. Like life is hard. So every time I've gone through like really hard moments, there's been a few movies that
pick you up.
Yeah, that like get me out of it for a while. Like that escapism in its truest form, and like help me forget about all my problems.
Yeah.
And Roger Rabbit's been there for me a couple of times. Raiders is always there. The Last Crusade is another one. Okay. So yeah, I think I'd have to have like 10. I'd be that greedy bastard. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna lock you away with one movie. I'm like, can I have 5?
Can I have 5?
Because each one of them's amazing for different things. Like, like
it's a tough question.
I will crap on all the other Jaws films, but the first one is perfection.
It really is.
And I mean, that's why I have so much Jaws collectibles. I mean, I had that movie on repeat while I was making my table. So, I mean, no one out there knows, but I've systematically, slowly made everyone. You still don't have one, but been making TV trays, and I draw something on there that, like a character or something that represents the person, and then I wood carve it. And then the first couple I did was just wood carving and burning and then clearing. Mine was the first one that had any color to it. But yeah, I did the entire Jaws scene, but they look like Funko Pops. But it's the 3 triumvirate on it, on the boat, on the Orca, with Jaws popping out of the water when Sheriff Brody is chumming. So you got Hooper, and then you got Quint. And so like I did a big piece, and it took most of a day to do, and I had Jaws on repeat on the TV while I was making it, just to have the inspiration, be in the mindset to do it and do it justice.
What are you going to make mine?
I haven't decided yet.
Fair enough.
I've been thinking about it a little bit, but it's got to be like, I mean, his is Batman. Like there was no, and then Daniel's being Groot. Like they're very, boom, these are their favorite characters. And then your mom's it actually started with a conversation with your mom, because she was like, no one uses TV trays anymore. And I was like, you need to come to my house. She goes, what? And I said, we use TV trays for everything. Like, we didn't always use them to eat on, but we'd be building Lego on them. We'd use them for, I mean, whatever. I was like, but I've got TV trays. And she's like, wow. And then we started talking about, we both love Jiminy Cricket, and we were talking about getting a matching tattoo. So I drew up a bunch of artwork, and I actually drew them on my wall in the house I was living in at the time. I drew a bunch of Jiminy Crickets and kept sending her pictures. And she was like, "Oh, I love that one." She liked the ones with the mugs because our first date, we went out and had a cider together. And so she's like, "Oh, I'll start it with a beer." So when I did that for her, it was already something she'd seen the art. She had no idea what I was doing. She just thought I was drawing up a tattoo and then threw it on there and made them each theirs. I made my dad one that is the Starfleet Federation symbol from Star Trek because it's like his favorite thing. So I did that one, and then I made mine just because I got tired of not having a damn tray when we all sat out in the living room. So I bought a tray, and I was like, mine's boring. I'm looking around, everyone else has got pieces done. I'm like, this sucks. So, but I would carve mine and then painted it because I was like, well, why haven't I never painted these before? Like Groot came out perfect, and with his, I did all the detailing with torching.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, and then same thing with your mom. So mine was like, I can't really detail that with torching, and so I just painted it.
No, it looks good.
But yeah, dude, Jaws. So, anyways, what's yours?
Back to the Future Part 2 would be up there in like a top 5.
Okay.
Troy.
Oh, yeah, that's
up there. Are You Not Amused? Oh, that's
yeah.
so good. T2.
Was you thinking Troy or Gladiator?
Troy.
Okay.
What does he say?
Well,
is there no one else?
Yeah.
Is there no one else?
He says there's no one else. Because then in Gladiator, he goes, "Are you not entertained?"
Are you not entertained? Yeah. Sorry, I got them
That's all I was
confused.
like, wait, which movie?
I got him confused.
Is there no one else?
T2, Back to the Future Part 2, Troy. Just because I like Troy, I remember watching that so young and being so hooked to it, and like this is like the most badass movie ever made. And that was one that I watched on repeat like a lot of different times. Monty Python's Holy Grail. What's up there?
Fetch the Holy Hand Grenade.
For a top 5. One more. I want one scary movie in there.
I was gonna say no horror in here yet.
I'll take Jaws.
Yeah.
First one. Yeah, first Jaws.
Okay, so you've got 5. What's 5 films? They're the only 5 you can ever watch ever again.
Since you don't like movies that much, you could throw TV shows in there.
That's a lot more runtime than we're getting. Favoritism. Favoritism for the young.
How to Train Your Dragons, Lilo and Stitch, Stranger Things.
Are we giving them an entire series or just a season?
Just a season.
Oh, so which season of Stranger Things?
Season 3.
Season 3.
Season 3. Actually, no, Season 2 I like.
I was going to say Season 2 I think was, for my money, was a little funner.
Number 4, Shark Tank, just because.
The TV
Shark
show?
Tank?
The TV show?
Nice, dude. That's left field.
Very left field.
That's twice today you've gotten us.
Pinhead and Shark
you
Tank.
like Mr. Wonderful?
Huh?
You like Mr. Wonderful? Who's your favorite shark?
What's it?
Like
What's
Mark Cuban?
Mark Cuban.
Isn't that the?
Do you like the shorter, white, kind of bald guy?
No, not him.
The taller guy with hair.
With hair.
Yeah, it's Mark Cuban.
Mark Cuban.
Yeah.
Yeah, he owns what's it, the 76ers or something? Oh no, the Dallas Mavericks.
Dallas Mavericks.
He owns the Dallas Mavericks. Yeah, he's a billionaire.
Hold on, because Shark.
He also owns Beatbox alcoholic beverage.
Yep.
This guy.
Paid $1 million.
And Scrub Daddy.
Yeah, that's Mark Cuban.
Yeah, I like Mark Cuban.
He owns
he's
Scrub
one of my
Daddy, too, I
I
think.
hate the short bald guy.
I love Mr. Wonderful.
I think he owns Scrub Daddy too.
Probably.
Yeah, he
think
does.
Mr. Wonderful is like
He's the one that invested
better
in it.
at investing, but that's cool, dude. Okay, so that's how many?
4.
Okay, so what's number 5? That was wild.
That was
Probably just go real basic because I like it. Big Bang Theory.
I was waiting for that one. That was the first one I was expecting you to say.
Are we going in order, or are we just throwing?
No, just your
Just
5.
random.
Just your 5.
Oh.
Okay, so how many did I say? So I got Jaws, Back to the Future 2, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Oh, so I got a 5th one. I'm gonna go.
You could throw a TV show in there if you want.
No, I'll stick to movies. I think I'm gonna go. I'll throw something because these are all like feel good films from me.
Mm-hmm.
I might throw. Now I'm kind of stuck because
No,
I was thinking about throwing maybe one of the Scream movies in there, just to give me that
Little
jolt.
nostalgia feel.
But then I don't know which one I'd pick.
You wouldn't go with the first one?
I love the first one.
Well,
but some of the other ones have really good twists and a little bit more action to them. So
better kills.
It'd be hard to tell. Well, Randy's in the first one, so I'll go with the first one.
First one.
Yeah, because he freaking dies, bro, in the second one.
I know.
Pisses me off. It's the best character.
At least he comes back for the third one.
Yeah, but he's the best freaking character.
I know. I agree.
Well, it's 11. I'm going to go.
All right, buddy.
All right.
You go to bed?
Yeah.
All right. Mute that mic. Don't forget to take off your headphones.
Yeah, before you stand up with them on.
Yeah. Just get walking away and go, huh.
No, I got these headphones.
All right, buddy. Love you. Good night. Sleep well.
Have fun talking to your girlfriend for another 2 hours.
Yeah, no joke. I'm going to go to bed. Alrighty. So yeah, I think
I'm happy with the top 5. I think a top 5's reasonable.
Yeah,
I think top 5's reasonable.
I've had to come up with a top 20 once.
Really?
Yeah.
I could do a 20. I could
easily do a 20, and I deliberately left all the Lord of the Rings alone.
Let's do that for our next one.
Because I'd want all 3.
We'll write down
'cause
our
I'm
top
greedy.
20.
I can do that.
I'm down for that.
Oh, dude, it's hard to pick your favorites.
It is. But it'd be fun to do.
And what's weird is if you got me in a different mood, I'd probably have a few of those be different.
Yeah.
But I was trying to think of all the ones that have over all the years have always consistently been favorites.
Yeah.
So that's what I was trying to
No, that's fair.
shoot for.
That's fair.
So, oh man, I'm a movie guy though. So
I'm the same way. I've always been a big movie person. It's always been my escape ever since I was a little kid.
I'm surprised Bone Tomahawk didn't make your list.
It's a great film.
It really is.
I just don't think I would want to watch it on repeat.
And we've talked about it literally every time we've been out here.
Yeah.
And have tried to avoid the whole thing.
Yeah.
We just go, oh, it's so good.
Yeah. I just don't think I could watch it on repeat.
I couldn't.
It's a little too intense.
I couldn't. Like, I could watch it once.
That
and
ending
then,
is
like, I
friggin'
could probably watch it
gnarly.
once a year.
Yeah, once a year.
Generally speaking.
Once
I
a
could
year.
throw it in rotation.
Mm-hmm.
Because the characters are fantastic.
Yes, they are.
They're so
The
well
writing
done.
was really, really solid. in
Dude,
it.
yeah, because it's never dull. It's never
dull.
boring.
And it's crazy because you would expect it to be dull, at least for the traversing parts when they're like actually
Out and
going to
about.
find the Indians, yeah, or the natives or whatever. You would think that would be pretty boring, and on paper it sounds like it should be.
Yeah,
But
should be.
they do a
Well,
really
that's
good
not.
job of keeping you engaged throughout the whole thing.
So with new ones, so I don't want to talk too much about that one until we do a deep dive because
Okay.
now I am hooked on having him out here watching that film with us.
yeah,
Yeah, I don't want to. I want him going in there knowing nothing.
knowing nothing.
So the new ones that I want to see, we were talking about these earlier. I want to see. Was it called The Substance?
Yeah, The Substance
Like, and then Don't Let Go.
with Demi Moore.
Yep. The Substance, that
And
looks
Halle Berry.
fascinating to me. Yeah, and then the Halle Berry Don't Let Go. I know very little about these premises.
Did the Don't Let Go kind of hint towards like a creature being after him?
That's what it like. She says so. The very little that he talks about, and I don't want to learn any more,
Mhm.
just because it. So far, based on the 30 seconds that he talks about it, it sounds a lot like The Quiet Place,
Mhm.
and I love The Quiet Place.
Mhm.
Those are so well done.
Mhm.
She has them tethered to the house, and as long as they're tied to the house, something can't get them.
Yeah.
So that's what they kind of like. They allude to something being out there
Yeah.
that can snatch them up,
Okay.
and that's so intriguing to me.
Because in the little bit that he was showing, there was a scene where there was a well that the kid walked by, and then it got dragged back into the well, and for a split second it cuts into the well, and it shows something pulling it down. And
That was a different movie. That was The Well.
No, that was from Don't Let Go. I
Really?
promise. I promise.
Okay, because there was another movie he did called The
Called
Well.
The Well, yeah. But no, this was from the Don't Let Go one. I swear.
Okay,
Yeah, that's why I was
Interesting. I
wondering
must
if it was
have
like a
missed that.
creature film or something.
I think it's
We
supposed
could
to be.
rewatch the thing.
I think it's supposed to be like a psychological creature film.
Okay.
There's another one that he talked about in another video that's newer now I'm trying to remember what it's called. Crap. Because there's a new movie that just came out that, damn, what was it called? I can kind of see like the cover art, but I guess it's about a woman showing up in a town that's kind of bizarre, and they're supposed to be like, I think it's supposed to be another like creature feature, and I'll have to remember what the heck it was called because it looked like, I didn't really like deep dive into it, but it looked like it was going to be good. I don't think it was on this list. That's Talk to Me. This was his list of like his favorite. Now I'm going to have to find it. But it's one where a chick rolls into town. I think he just talked about it with the new, what did he go to? What's the name of that big fan show that you go to? Maybe it was in this one. Pause. Oh, stupid ads. Police officers stand with you. I have to mute that. Don't want to get stupid. I'm so tired of these ads, man. I cannot wait to go back to getting mesothelioma ads and whatnot.
Mesothelioma.
I'm tired of all this other political garbage.
Yeah,
like,
very frustrating.
I'm a politically minded person,
it ramps
and still,
up. It ramps up so hard for this last month.
It's nuts. I'm so over it. Like,
that's why I'm happy that I do YouTube Premium.
Because here's the thing called The Well. I don't do YouTube Premium, but I do like everything else.
Okay.
Because YouTube has been coming down hard on everybody, so I'm not going to give them more of my money. But
I get that.
So there's Rebel
I just like the ad
Ridge,
free. I watch a lot of YouTube movies.
Never Let Go. So let's see. They're tied off. Stop talking. Show me another clip. So there's like the ropes
I think it's coming up.
The ropes being fed through. Like, it's just a super interesting premise. I hope that it delivers on whatever it is.
My only grief so far is when they leave the house and they all go separate ways.
Yeah.
Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you stick together?
I don't know, man. I don't.
I know, for cinematonic.
Oh, yep. There he is, getting drugged around. Oh yeah.
Watch,
sure enough, there's a well.
Do you see that?
Oh yeah, there was
for a split
something.
second. There was something pulling it in there.
Oh, okay. Yep, I missed that part. Speak No Evil, The Wild Robot.
He said he really enjoyed the American version of it. Of Speak No Evil.
Speak No Evil.
Mm-hmm. Said it really surprised him how much he liked it.
Well, that's cool. Is it Cuckoo? I think it might be Cuckoo. Is the movie I'm thinking of. See if they show like a little clip or whatever. Dun, 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 dun. Yep. So Cuckoo. This one, I don't really know anything about it. But like, he said it had some of the best scares of the year. Other people disagree. But it seems interesting based on the little bit that I kind of
Cuckoo?
Yeah. So I'm gonna check that one out.
Okay.
I like stuff like that. We'll see.
I'm game. I'm game to watch all of these with you.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
I'm enjoying this new relationship of movies and talking about them and stuff. It's been
crazy
fun.
films. Yeah. Which is funny because I didn't have any. Like, eventually, once I start getting more videos cranking out, I'm definitely going to have libraries, like playlists. Yeah. To where it's all movie stuff and then other stuff. Yeah. Because so far, that's all you and I have ever talked about.
It's fun, though, man. And we have similar tastes. We disagree on things.
I don't think we've disagreed on any films yet.
Not yet. The only ones
we have different tastes. I wouldn't consider that a disagreement.
Okay.
Because I've never said what you like is stupid. And vice versa.
Vice versa.
I just go, oh, okay. Like, I get it. It's not for me, but okay, cool. Like, I can't remember a time I've disagreed. Now, if you said Bone Tomahawk was stupid, I would disagree with you. But yeah, I think we've got different tastes in some regards, but there's a lot of overlap.
I'm looking forward to Pale Door.
Yeah, the Pale Door, man. I'm gonna find that. I think I'm gonna try to watch it this weekend.
We gotta find T1 too.
Yeah,
I'll pay for it if you want to get it.
Yeah. We definitely got to get you on the it's not an action film train.
It's just been so long since I've seen it. I mean, so long since I've seen it that I don't remember it very much.
So let's see.
Like, I remember Salvation, and I remember
Did you watch
G2.
Dark Fate?
No.
Me neither.
It doesn't sound familiar.
It was like the last one. They killed John Connor in it.
Do they really?
Yeah, dude. Like,
what's the point of the movies then?
To make the women awesome?
Is that really what it's about?
Yeah, dude. Like, I just heard, like, I've never had any interest in watching it.
Is it PG-13?
I have no idea. I couldn't tell you.
So lame.
But no, dude. I was watching Leach's video. He did a video on it, and I think it was a hot take video that he did, and he says his hot take is that it's a really good movie, and I was like, okay. And then he starts talking about it. In the first 10 minutes, they kill John Connor because a T-800. They CGI a very young Arnie, and he comes up to him. They're like in Mexico City or whatever, just chilling, and he walks up and blasts John Connor. So then now it's up to his mom to like team up and like protect this other woman that's like a factory worker or something. And then they send back like she's not a T series, she's like an RVN8 or something. I don't know. She's a different series of robot that apparently has the endoskeleton but also has liquid metal that can separate to be two people. So she looks kind of like I guess a T-800 and a T-1000 that can diverge from each other and become two entities.
Okay.
And then she becomes the savior. So instead of John Connor being the hero, his mom becomes the hero. Because it was like, I don't know, dude. It just
I'm over it.
I got into the comments because he was defending it, and I'll actually pull this up because I'm like, dude, that's such garbage. You're undoing an amazing freaking film in T2
story.
Like, T2 is one of the greatest movies ever made, and very few people disagree with that. They may not agree that it's like the best, but they will agree that it's definitely in like the top 10, top 25, whatever your number is.
Yeah,
it's high. So he did. I will find this video because I think it was his hot takes, my hottest takes. And yeah, I don't care about your stupid ad. Yes, I'm a homeowner. I'm not getting approved for anything. Leave me alone. Go away. Your mom. So here we go. Here's what I wrote. I can't remember everything he said, but he like excused all of it, loved all of it. My thing fell. So I said, Dark Fate. It's just revisionist nonsense. I'd argue that the entire point was the woke crowd can't have a man be the hero. Simple as that. Look at all modern films, Disney, Marvel, Rings of Power, etc. It's all about the hero's journey. Sorry, man, killing John Connor was the only way to make a woman the hero. Modern film was dying because of intersectional feminism. They've yet to stick the landing with stories like this. And then separately, I've argued with people about the Terminator. I find most people can't separate the first film with everything else. Most people think of T2 when they think of Terminator. T1 is for sure slasher horror. So those are my... I was like, no, dude, you can't defend killing John Connor. Like,
no, it's the
whole greatest Terminator movie is John Connor staying alive to take out Skynet and then lead the future soldiers. Like Terminator Salvation, right? Salvation? It's the one in the Future War.
Yeah, Future War.
I really dug that one. No, you kill off John Connor just to make his mom the hero. It's like... How does that serve anybody?
Yeah, it doesn't.
And then both the other new character that needs to be protected and the new Terminator, they're all women, so it's an all-female mainly cast. It's a very old Arnie as the T-800 who now doesn't have a reason to be alive because his whole programming was to protect John Connor. Yeah. And now he's dead, so now he's just like a useless kind of like he's folding laundry and crap.
Yeah.
Like the whole thing was just it just destroyed it to make it a pro-feminist film, which
boring.
My problem with that is these people don't understand how to write a strong female character. So they make the men dumb or evil or dead. It's like, no, you can absolutely. This is what I love so much about A Quiet Place. And your mom and I have talked about this because your mom's not like a feminist. She's a woman, but she's a strong woman. She doesn't need to like be loud to be a strong, badass chick. A Quiet Place, the scene where she's giving birth, dude, that is one of the most boss chick things I've ever seen.
It's gnarly.
You're alone. You have no idea where the hell your husband and your kids are. You've got a killer alien in your house, and you're about to give birth, and you have to be quiet through all of this. Like, so she managed to do that and kill the alien and then protect her baby. Like, how does it not get better than that?
It doesn't.
Like, and again, I know I'm beating a dead horse because I'm such a big fan, but Sidney Prescott, that's how you write a freaking
strong woman.
Like, she doesn't need to tear down men, and she's not like, oh no, Dewey, I don't need you. I got this. No, like, she works in a team well together. Even though I'd argue Dewey was always he's one of my favorite characters, but they always dumbed him down and made him weaker, which is kind of annoying. But you don't have to tear down one to build up another.
No,
just be a better writer.
That's just lazy writing.
Yeah, dude. Like, and I think it's because they're not creative enough to figure it out.
It feels force fed when it's like that.
Yeah, it really does.
When you dumb down characters just to make one character look better, it just feels force fed.
Yeah, like slashers, because we've been talking about it a lot because it's kind of the season. But slashers have always done a really good job of making a strong female lead.
Yeah,
horror film have been championing that forever, dude. Like, it's a thing. That's why you're able to have the conversation of who the best final girl is. Now, I mean, and then you think of Ripley, dude. Like, how do you not have how do you have a stronger female than that?
Yeah,
like, she's taking out aliens and like getting in mech suits. Yeah. She's a mechanic.
She's a badass,
dude. Total badass.
But she also works well in a team.
Exactly, and you don't have to make all the men around her dumb or evil or dead. Yeah, like, you don't, like, it's just, I don't know, dude. It's so aggravating.
This is something that you and I can agree with. It just it becomes lazy. It feels like not genuine and very unauthentic because
and very forced.
Very forced.
Like, we know a lot of really strong women.
Yeah.
Like,
everybody does.
Yeah, like, and so just create a real character based on like, you know, if you don't know enough strong women, you don't know enough women.
Yeah.
Like, they're all strong in some different fashion. Like,
and even when you look at like the history of movies, you can find a lot of prime examples of a good strong woman in movies.
Yeah. It's been like, so why is this new trope?
The last like 10 years.
Yeah, dude. Well, I'd say probably about 20, but at least 10.
Okay.
Why is it's like a trope now to like, dude, Ghostbusters 2016, which I will never watch.
Never saw it.
Is one of the prime examples because I know all about it. You take 4 goofy women that are deliberately being over the top goofy, and you make all the men around them dumb or bad guys. It's like, well, that's not the point of Ghostbusters.
No.
Like, it wasn't made to make the men badasses. They were all kind of goofy.
Yeah.
Like,
they were nerdy.
Yeah. Like, and they couldn't get women. One of them could.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
But it's through his goofiness.
Yeah.
It wasn't because he's this big macho man.
Yeah, he just had good charisma.
Yeah, like, he was just fun.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, dude. It's very lazy. It feels like all film writing has gotten to this point that nothing's good anymore because no one understands how to write a person, which seems so bizarre to me.
Yeah.
Like, how do you not know how to write just a normal human being? Like, there are dickheads in every group of people, men, women, whatever. But it doesn't have to be
over the top.
Yeah. Like, I mean, you can have a bad guy that's a bad guy, but you can also have a bad guy that's creative.
Yeah.
And that, like, doesn't talk down to women because, believe it or not all men do that.
Yeah.
So it just, I don't know, dude. It's infuriating to me. I'm happy you agree with me.
Yeah.
Because poor writing is poor writing.
Well, that's where it boils down to, is it just becomes just lazy and poor writing.
Well, now imagine watching movie after movie after movie with all the same footprint. It's like, well, why would I watch this anymore?
No, I'm with you. I completely agree. I completely agree.
That's why I don't watch a lot of. I'm real picky about what modern film I watch. But like Boy Kills World, you've got a strong male lead, you got a really strong female lead. Everyone in it's strong.
Yeah.
Everyone, all the good guys, bad guys, doesn't matter how you can argue they're all bad guys.
Yeah.
But like everyone in it's strong. No one's weak.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is freaking fantastic. Happy Death Day because it's the same actress.
Yeah, strong female
Like,
lead.
yeah,
Works
with
great in the team,
character development.
with character development.
Like, don't be lazy.
Yeah.
Like, and that's kind of a goofy movie.
Yeah.
Like,
And that even had in the first one the main antagonist was a female.
yeah,
And it worked out.
and was clever.
Was clever.
Like, it would have been a clever kill.
Good reveal.
Like, yeah, dude. Like, I love that movie.
I thought it was great. Still gotta watch the second one with you.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I'll watch it all day long,
Okay.
dude. Those movies are great.
I gotta watch the second one. I just gotta give it a chance. I didn't give it a chance, and
It's fun, dude. You dig it.
I kick myself
It's
for not
ju-
giving it a chance.
To me, it's just as fun as the first.
Okay.
It's different, but just as fun.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I was just grumpy and tired because I got to one point where I saw something that was a plot hole, and I was like, I don't like this movie.
you'll dig it, dude. I think you'd really like it if you sit down and watch the whole thing.
Okay.
It's really fun.
Okay.
It's
I trust you.
It's a little bit more.
You've given me Kiss Kiss Bang Bang, Brewster's Millions, a couple other films. I trust
Yeah.
you.
I do my best not to like steer
Steer
people
wrong.
Yeah. Like if I'm going to tell you, if I'm going to endorse it, it's got to have something good about it. And if there's something goofy or off-putting about it, I'll try to warn you. Like, all right, dude, there's a few scenes that are kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But generally, the movie's good.
So this is why I'm rewatching the Terrifiers because I'm trying to convince you to watch them.
I'll watch them eventually.
Okay.
It's just a matter of time. Like the first couple of scenes, I was like, oh, that's so rough.
Yeah.
And then I keep seeing a few more things. I'm like, all right, like I might.
I'll find
I might
that
give it a
scene too
shot.
when he pulls up in the truck and he.
Yeah. Like, because I'm a sucker for that little
Yeah.
stuff, dude.
Yeah.
Like just the little throwaway moments
Mhm.
kill me every time.
Yeah, me too.
So I'll watch it.
We have a similarity in that with movies. With like it takes that perfect facial expression or that perfect little cue or something that just makes
'Cause
you
it's
go, I
real.
really like this.
Like,
yeah.
well, it's something that
It's
someone would
relatable.
actually do.
Yeah, it's relatable.
He's like, oh, that's so great.
Yeah.
Like that's exactly what I would do in that moment.
Yeah.
Like, or the little sideways looks or
Yeah.
whatever. Like it's all normal real life
exactly.
stuff
Exactly.
that someone would actually do.
Yeah.
I love that stuff.
It can't be overdone though, Nicolas Cage.
Dude, I get it. Like I get why people mock him. I do. I'm aware. But I grew up on his stuff. Like,
Who greenlit that? Who was like, yeah, dude, you're killing it?
I don't know. I have no idea. But at this point, he gets hired because of it.
Somebody was not telling
Have
him
you have you seen what is this? Wonderland, Willy's Wonderland?
I don't think so. Is it Nick Cage?
Yes.
Okay.
He doesn't say a word in the whole movie.
Really?
It's an hour and a half of him not speaking,
Okay.
and it is fantastic.
Really?
Yeah, dude. It is
All
so
facial
good.
expressions?
Yeah.
Okay.
And even then, there are scenes where it's not a lot of that.
So like a comedy?
It's a very amusing.
Okay.
It's a light horror film.
Okay.
Like I would consider it horror because it is a slasher film for
Okay.
sure.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of slasher in it, but it's not like Halloween, like super dark and
Yeah.
like
More light.
really mind screwing.
Okay.
Yeah, dude, you'll dig it.
Okay.
It's hilarious. Like
Willy's Wonderland?
Willy's Wonderland.
Okay.
It is phenomenal.
Okay.
Like it doesn't have all the Nick Cage tropes.
Okay.
And pratfalls. Like I get it. Like I know why people are like, I can't stand that guy or have an opinion. And I just kind of go, it's Nick Cage. Like who else is doing that?
Yeah.
Nick Cage is the only guy doing Nick Cage
Yeah, he
stuff.
gets away with it.
Like, and I don't know how.
He does it
because
often.
he's when he wants to.
You know what?
He's a great actor.
I did just watch with him recently that I forgot that I enjoyed was The Sorcerer's Apprentice.
I love that movie.
I forgot.
Like,
How much
I wish
liked
they
it.
would have done more.
I like
Because
Jay
I think it's a book series.
Is it really?
Yeah, I think. Like I think it was like a young teen, mid-teen kind of book series.
I really like Jay Baruchel.
I like the two of them together.
Yeah,
they
me
were
too.
really fun.
Mhm.
But I like Jay Baruchel.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was really fun. There was another one similar. I Am Number 4. There's another movie.
Sounds really familiar.
It's got none of the same people.
Okay.
But it was like came out around the same time, and it's another movie that I think should have had a sequel.
Okay.
And I think that's also based on books. I Am Number 4 was fantastic. I
It sounds
dug the
really
hell out of
familiar.
it. and it never got a sequel. But it's
Really?
really good. It's really
Okay.
fun to watch. You'd
Okay.
like it.
Okay.
Not a horror. It's
Okay.
in the same vein as Sorcerer's Apprentice.
Okay.
Like that fantasy stuff.
Yeah.
Um,
It sounds really familiar.
have you
I
ever
might
seen
have seen it?
Odd Thomas?
Yes. It's based on a book, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Dude,
I have seen it.
I wish
It's been a long time. I don't really remember it.
I wish that they would have made at least one more of those films before he passed away.
Yeah, because it's got that the guy from Star Trek in it, right?
Yep.
The guy that he died terribly.
Dude, very tragically.
Very
Yeah, his
tragically.
Jeep crushed him.
Jeez.
Yeah, because
Parking brake just came off, or what?
the something failed. I think it was the actual in park, like when you put it in park, because he's in L.A., so it's like on a hill, and he went to like open his gate or open his garage door or something, and his Jeep failed and crushed him, dude. So freaking sad.
He just slowly died there.
Yeah, I think he died kind of quickly because of the weight of he was in a Cherokee, so that like the weight of it, I think, kind of crushed him. I like to hope that he went quickly.
Jeez,
because
man, that's so
I was a big fan. Yeah, he was. Did you ever watch the remake of Fright Night?
Yeah,
he was the kid in Fright
he
Night.
was the lead in it, wasn't he?
Yep.
With what's his name? The Penguin,
Yes.
right?
Yeah, he played Jerry
What's the actor's name?
Farrell.
The Penguin? Matt Farrell.
No.
No.
Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell. I was like Matt.
And then it had Fogel.
Yeah, it did have Fogel.
Fogel was his like pseudo best friend.
Fogel.
Yeah. And
Hi.
yeah. And yeah, Colin Farrell played Jerry the vampire, and then I just Doctor Who. I could see his freaking face. Why am I blanking his name?
I'm missing it.
Played the Chris Angel type dude that he goes to. Why am I blank? I feel like such a freaking loser right now because I love Doctor Who.
Fright Night was a remake, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the original one was really fun.
I don't know if I saw
David Tennant. So David Tennant played the like Chris Angel type guy, the like mentalist magician on TV,
Okay.
but he also like knew about these like mystic things. So he goes to him, and he's like, dude, his character's so funny. Just the way he carries himself is freaking hilarious. Because he plays, what was the name of that character? Peter Vincent.
Peter Vincent?
Yeah, he was all in this. Yeah, so David Tennant played Peter Vincent.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that movie was fantastic. I love the original, but I love the remake.
Really?
That's a remake that
I like the remake. I've seen it a few times.
I've got it in there on
Yeah.
Blu. That's one I do have on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie was great. Did you ever watch Disturbia?
Yes.
Dude.
1,000 times.
Yeah, me too. Because it's got the same kind of feel.
Yeah, it does.
Like it's got a very similar
that stalking
vibe.
the neighbor type feel. Yeah.
I love that movie.
Disturbia
so
is
much, dude.
awesome.
I've watched that so many times.
Same.
But I'm a fan. Like
Yeah.
Shia LaBeouf.
Shia LaBeouf solid
Like,
in it.
Always been a fan.
Yeah.
I was really sad when he was going through his nonsense and being all weird and crazy.
I'm not famous.
But yeah, it's like, just do it. Just do it. And then with the paper bag, and yell at him. He's crying under the paper bag. Yeah, dude went off the rails, but he made some fun stuff.
Yeah, he did.
But yeah,
Holes, baby.
Holes was awesome.
Holes was awesome.
Holes was great.
I just watched that like a month ago.
Disturbia though. I'm
Disturbia is
such
great.
a big fan
It's
of
a
that
great
movie.
film.
Yeah, that's another one that I would watch a lot.
Yeah.
Like I was like, yeah, I relate to this. Like,
Yeah, it's
I've
a good
definitely
movie.
been grounded. I've
a
never
really
been
good
on
movie.
house arrest.
It's a good thriller.
And I've never, as far as I know, had a serial killer living next door.
Yeah, as far as you know.
As far as I know.
Isn't his name Bob?
Bob's not a serial killer, dude.
You never know.
Yeah, he's an alcoholic. But he knows how to build fast engines.
Yeah.
So at some point, he's going to help me build the 454 that's going to go in the dually.
Nice.
If gas ever comes down in price.
Nice. Yeah.
Because he gave me a 454 that's like, all I got to do is put it back together, but it was built.
Mm-hmm.
It's already bored over and everything. All I need are heads for it. He's got everything except heads. But it's already stroked and bored. It's already honed. Like it just needs to be put back together.
Yeah.
Because I guess he disassembled it for, I don't remember what his story was because he was drunk when he was telling me. The dude's wild. He's so funny. But he was a race car driver forever, like legit on the circuit race car driver. And then he's got the nitro karts, and he's actually got a few guys that are sponsored. So like he's the team owner for like 3 different karts. They're at NASCAR all the damn time. They're at drags all the time.
Yeah.
Real big into cars. But that dude has forgotten more about building big displacement engines than I've ever learned. And when I brought home, because they've lived here longer than me, so every time I come home with a new vehicle, so it's like, oh damn, dude, what'd you get now? It's like when I came home with Betty, he's like, what the hell's in that? I was at 454 and a supercharger, buddy, and he's like, jeez. And what kind of supercharger? And then we start talking specs on the motor. And then when I brought home and I rebuilt the first 99 and sold it, he was like, what are you doing over there? It's like, oh, I'm rebuilding this. He came over a couple times to check out the build because I did a full teardown all through 2020. And then sold that one and got the drag bike and then traded that off for the dually. So when I brought home the dually, he got really excited.
Really?
Yeah, because he had a square body Suburban forever out front. He gave it to his buddy, but he had a motor built for that would do just like according to him, I never saw it, but he said that the original motor he had built for that thing, because it was his tow truck, like that's what he towed. He had a big was it like 30-foot car trailer, like the enclosed race car trailer for his race car and all of his gear and stuff. So he's like, yeah, I'd tow that thing everywhere. He goes, I'd get 10 miles to the gallon no matter where I went. He goes, but I had 600 horse to the wheels. I'm like, He goes, I can build you a motor just like that. He goes, nice. I got a motor over here you can have.
Very cool.
I was like, all right. He goes, I'll help you. He goes, you just need heads. He goes, I got a, whatever that, I think he's got it's a 400 stall converter. So he's got some badass stall converter he wants me to put in it because it'll just hook when it ramps up. The problem is fuel. The 454 having it already gets terrible gas mileage. And I've only got a 3-speed. So I've got the gear vendor's gear doubler in it, but I don't have it currently like wired in to control it. So I've only got 3 speeds and a 454 with a lot of weight on a dually. So I get god awful gas mileage.
Yeah.
And whatever he builds me is going to be like stupid gas mileage.
Yeah.
So I've been hesitant.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Like I've been thinking about trying to find an old 6.0 motor and finding someone who can do all the wiring for me and just put a 6.0 in and be done.
That'd be cool.
But I've also considered selling it because I want it to be, I want a 4x4 and it's a slammed, it's a lowrider, crew cab, square body, long bed dually. So it's basically a big ass Cadillac. And I want to be able to go prepping. Because if I had that exact truck and 454 with the 4x4, I don't think I need another truck. Like I think I would just sell a bunch of the other trucks and be done.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I'm finished until I get my international, because I still will someday
own an international.
Yeah, but I want the international Paystar, so it's a bigger truck, big old diesel truck. But yeah, that's just a toy. It's just a dream.
Yeah, it'll happen.
It's my kid's dream, you know.
It'll happen.
See that beautiful old butterfly hood.
Yeah.
I saw one in, where was I at? I think it was like up in Casa Grande. I saw one of, it's only the 2-door version. I want the 4-door, which were primarily used up in the like Forest Service.
Okay.
Had them. The exact truck I want with a 4-door. And they're just hard to find.
Really?
Yeah. I saw one still in service up in Grand Canyon.
Oh, that's cool.
Like at their little outpost. They had the brand new big badass international version, and then they had one of the old school ones.
That's awesome.
The service bed and everything.
That's cool.
But I think they like fully refurbished it just to have something nice that's old. Like every once in a while you'll come across like an old fire station that has like the old school pump trucks that are just fully kitted and look badass, but they're just like for parades and stuff. I think that's what that truck was for.
Okay.
I was like, oh, I couldn't afford it anyway. Even if I was like, hey, sell me your truck, they'd be like, sure, $80,000. Like, it's a finished international.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, back to movies. I don't know, dude. I'm really looking forward to a couple of these new psychological ones that are coming out.
Yeah, me too. The Substance looks really interesting.
It does. It looks really interesting.
And then for what Cody Leach was saying, that Demi Moore fucking crushed in it.
Yeah. Oh, I've got no doubt.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's really good when she like turns.
Cool
it on.
premise too for a movie.
Really interesting. Yeah, the idea like the body swapping every
separating of the
7
body
days and
Every
yeah,
7 days, you gotta psychologically link up. Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting.
That's interesting.
Did you ever watch Upgrade?
I just started it
Really?
a couple days ago.
Oh, dude, that's
Is that similar?
it just made me think of it.
Okay.
Just the linking thing, like Upgrade. It's so hard for me to decide if I like that movie or fucking hate it. Because like I halfway through it, I was like, oh, I see where this is going, and it's going one of two roads. If it goes down one road, like it makes sense from like the artistic perspective, but it's also the road I hate. So I was like, oh man, I think I know where this is gonna go, and I don't like it. It's like, did you ever watch Ex Machina?
Yes.
I hated the end of that.
Really?
Yeah.
I liked it.
Well, just you trap the guy in a freaking bunker that he can't escape. Like dick move.
Dick move.
Yeah, like.
But it's robots, dude. They're gonna do it.
I know, but it's just like, man, like I get why they did it.
Yeah.
I just think it was kind of like there's
I thought
other ways.
I thought it was mad eerie when she's like out in the world and stuff, and then it just cuts to black.
Yeah,
I was like,
I think she could have done it without screwing the guy over because now he's gonna die down
Oh, for
there.
sure. She could have, but
Like-
she chose not to because she doesn't believe in humans,
Yeah,
and that's all because of that one guy's. It's his
way-
fault. Yeah,
yeah,
way
the
he treated him.
creator.
Yeah.
yeah, like so like I understand it.
Mm.
I just don't like it,
No, I.
and that's kind of where I'm at.
Ex
Like,
Machina's really good though.
it's really good. It's like, oh man.
Yeah.
It's kind of like half the endings with Black Mirror. It's like, damn it. That ended in a way I didn't
I was
like.
thinking that recently because I went back through and watched a bunch of them.
There's a bunch of them though that the ending are fantastic.
Yeah.
And I love every second of. But then there's those couple that I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
damn. You ended on like the worst possible.
Yeah.
Like some of them, the ones that I love the most are like people letting go of the technology. They're just like, nope, out, and life is better. Like I think is it the first season or the second season? It's been a long time, but the one where everyone's got recorders in their eyes,
Yeah.
and the dude just like rips his stuff out.
Yeah.
Like, yes, absolutely, because like that one haunted me for a while.
It's gnarly.
I was like, dude, like replaying the worst moment of your entire world coming down,
Yeah.
finding out your wife's cheating and
In
seeing
replaying
it,
Yeah.
like that is devastating.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I had that kind of into my marriage, so I was like, I wouldn't want to see any of it.
Yeah.
And having that like where he gets the recording and then just like eventually takes it out. It's like, yes, dude, get rid of that. You never should have had it in the first
Yeah.
place. Like, yes, it got you out of your marriage, but you didn't want to be out of your marriage in the first place. Like,
Yeah.
it's shitty. You're going to have to rebuild, start your life over. But now you're starting your life over without the garbage.
Yeah.
Your life's going to be better for it because he was also fixating on it. And that's the thing that everyone does. Like, everyone gets smartphones, and now everyone's fixating on their smartphones. And like, I don't even have it out here as a tool for us to look up something
Yeah.
if we need to.
That's normally why I bring
Like,
mine
I'm
up.
not texting anything.
Yeah.
So like the implication was fantastic. It's like, yeah, it was a rough story, very heartbreaking, but the ending was like, yes, dude, you severed ties with the nonsense. And the best episodes of that entire anthology are always the ones where people like cut ties, like when the chick and the dude are in the jail cell yelling at each other.
Yeah.
Like at the end of social whatever the hell it's called. Like that resonates. It's like, yes, you're finally realizing none of this matters.
Yeah.
Like, let it go. What's the one? It's at 10 million credits with the black dude who at the end he gives that chick all of his 10 million credits or whatever, and to go be a singer, and she winds up. It's like the second season. She's like always jogging on the treadmill, watching like a very low end screen where everyone else is spending all their money. They walk on a treadmill, which generates power for the rest of the community, and they get paid very little for the miles that they walk or the bicycle that they're on. It's either a treadmill or a bicycle. It's been a few years.
Okay.
But it's this black dude generating power, and he's quiet. And they go back to their like little accommodation rooms, which are just like glass cubes with a bed and a sink or whatever, and then like the entire wall is a screen, and you can like skip ads and all that. So it's like YouTube, but you have to pay to skip ads. So this guy goes out, and you can pay to watch different TV shows and all this other crap on your screen while you're generating power. And he chooses not to. He watches the free screen, which is just like a 16-bit character of or forest and a road or whatever, and he's just walking away, generating power, and doesn't spend his money on anything. And eventually, like there's this, it's almost like America's Got Talent, where you can go on if you've got a talent, you can go in, pay your like 10 million credits to try to get in, to go on the show, and show your talent. And then these people up there will go, oh yeah, like the one person's just music producer, one person's like adult film, one person's something else. And if they like you, then it's like Shark Tank, and they pick you.
Okay.
And then you're out of having to deal with walking.
It sounds familiar the more you talk about it.
And you get to go work for them now and make money and live like a real life instead of just this little cubicle. So he's like in the showers one day, and it's all, co-ed stuff, and he hears this woman singing, and he goes back in there, and he's just listening to her sing, and they start talking, and you're not really supposed to have like connections or whatever.
Yeah.
So they wind up like becoming kind of a couple. When he keeps encouraging her, he's like, you need to get on the show. She's like, I don't have the money. He's like, I got the money. Like, I'll give you the money. And like, I think his brother passed away, and he inherited a bunch of money too.
Okay.
So he's like, I got the money, I'll give it to you. She's like, no, you were going to use it to get out. And he's like, no, but you've got a real talent. Like, I was just going to try to get the hell out of here, but I don't really have a talent. You have a talent. You need to do this. So he gives her the money, and then he goes backstage with her the day of, and they give you this little, like those cocoa waters that come in like a cardboard box. They give her something like that. She drinks it, and then she hands it to him to go up on stage. And he crushes it and puts it in his like waistband. Everyone else is taking him and throwing him away. And she goes up there. She sings. She's amazing. And the singer like wants her or whatever. They're talking about it. But then the porn guy like really wants her and gets her. So now she's forced to go into adult industry. So then he's like devastated because that's his girl. And he's like, well, this sucks. And I just lost all my money. Like, she was supposed to go into the singing career, save up money, pay him back, and then he can get out.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't wind up happening. So he winds up, now he's broke, and now he goes back into his room, and ads come up with her making films, and he can't skip them. So now he's stuck like with that. So he just goes back to just the grind and just saving up his pennies. And he saves up all his money. Well, at one point, he's like, he can't skip anything, so he like hits the wall with something and it breaks. So he breaks off this chunk of glass. So he shoves it under his mattress, and he's got this thing. And like a year goes by. He cranks up, saves his money, goes on the show. They go to give him a milk, and he hands them the empty carton. So it turns out that milk stuff makes you more susceptible to what other people want.
Okay.
So he doesn't drink one. It's supposed to also calm you down.
Okay.
So you're just chill. So it's like you'll just go along with whatever they say. And then they keep her pumped full of that stuff as she's in the industry. So he doesn't drink it. He hands him the empty one from hers, goes up on stage, and then holds that shard of glass to his own throat and just goes off on a tangent. Like a vicious, I hate the cycle, I hate the world, the way our world is, just like going off.
Yeah.
And at the end of it, they all cheer him on. They love him. They pay him a ton of money. And now he's got like his own talk show where he's basically sitting there with the glass every day in front of his computer screen, just going off about the way the sick world is and the way everything is. They're all slaves and all this other stuff.
Yeah.
And now the people on the treadmills are paying to watch his show.
That's crazy.
But then he's got like his fancy ass apartment and his freedom and all this other stuff. It's a weird twist, dude, but it stuck with me.
Okay.
Because it's like, oh, dude, that's gnarly. But he finally got up to just be like, no, everything about this is wrong. And they loved his entire thing and gave him his own show.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude. It's a really
Black
good
Mirror's
one.
rad, dude.
It's gnarly.
Yeah, I love the fact that they do different directors and writers and
oh yeah, every episode's
different. Yeah, it gives you a lot of like perspective on different people and stuff. It's just pretty fun to get.
Yeah, you get different insights.
I enjoy Black Mirror a lot. I just watched season 6 recently.
I still haven't seen it. So I haven't seen that one. Season 5 was the last I'd seen. It's been a while, but yeah, I'll get back into that at some point too. We've been watching a bunch of other shows. Like just watched the newest episode of From.
Mm-hmm.
God, I love that show so much.
I like it too. The ending was freaking bitching.
Yeah, I was like, next, and it's like not available.
October
like,
13th.
Oh, why are you showing the thumbnail for it then if it's
today?
not
The 7th?
Yeah, it's next
few more days.
week.
Yeah, a few more days.
Did that ending? They're like, it's a tree.
The ending was great.
If you haven't seen From, and if you're still hanging out watching this, go watch From. I know. I don't know if anyone's
MGM Plus.
I don't know if anyone's ever watched a single one of our episodes all the way through. I'd like to hope so.
I have.
But if you've made it this far in, 2.5 hours in, watch From. It is fantastic.
Yes.
We're on season 3, like halfway through it, and
it's really good.
They just like ended this last episode on an amazing cliffhanger.
Yes.
You're just like, oh, what the hell? So
I'm pretty invested in it now.
Dude, it is so good.
It is really good.
You go back through and rewatch it all the way through, so you understand the characters better.
Gotta finish Scream first. I got a bunch of shit I gotta watch.
And then tomorrow night, since we didn't get to it today, tomorrow night gotta watch The Penguin. Try to get your mom out here to talk about The Penguin.
Yep.
See if she's still down to do that, because she wanted to review it. Because The Penguin's been really good. It's really got her hooked.
Colin Farrell.
Yep, Colin Farrell.
Not Matt Farrell.
Not Matt Farrell. So we're watching that, From, and then Only Murders in the Building.
Mm-hmm.
I think a new episode of that drops tomorrow.
Yeah, I think it's Tuesday.
Yeah, and I love that show. It's goofy fun.
Yeah,
Like,
good cast.
Oh, it's a great cast. Yeah, and there's a few different things that are like rotating casts. Like whoever's up in the main suite, which I don't think they've done this season. I don't think they've had anyone up in the penthouse. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I don't really know that the penthouse even matters this season. Because in every other season, someone new, like in season 1, Sting is in the penthouse. And then in season 2, it's that unfunny blonde chick. Oh, what is her name?
It's not very specific.
No, but she thinks she's funny. She's a stand-up comedian. She's a joke thief.
Amy Schumer?
That's the one. I knew if I said that.
I knew exactly who you were
I
talking
knew if I
about
said
the
that,
second you
you'd
said
know
that.
it. So Amy Schumer's in it for like 2 episodes, and she's in the penthouse.
She is a joke thief.
Yeah, she is.
I stand on that grave.
Yeah, dude, I will stand and die on that hill. She's definitely a joke thief.
Yes.
There's so much proof. Yeah, she's just the female Carlos Mencia.
Yeah. But for whatever reason, incredibly famous.
Yeah, dude, like worth so much money. And like has this weird sense of like, I don't know, like she believes in herself to like this weird degree. It's like, yeah, you're not that funny. You're not near as attractive as you think you are.
Yeah.
And as you claim you are. She's like, yeah, I know, I'm just sex on legs. It's like, no, you're not.
You're not.
But she's not funny. Like I've watched bits and pieces of some of her movies, and I've never understood the appeal.
No.
I don't get it.
I don't like her.
I've watched one of her specials, and I was like, that was trash.
Yeah.
That was
I'm not a fan of her.
all the way trash. And that was before I knew she was a joke thief. But I was like, well, because there's have you ever heard of Eliza Schlesinger? I can never say her name right.
No.
She's an amazing female comedian. She's got 3 or 4 specials on.
Okay.
They all used to be on Netflix. They might still be on there.
Okay.
Yeah, Eliza. She's amazing. She is funny always.
Okay.
And I just gotten done watching one of her newest specials, and Amy Schumer's Leather special came out. So I was like, oh, I'll watch that too. And I was like, oh, this chick sucks. Like, I wasn't that familiar with her.
Yeah.
Because I don't watch the type of movies she's in. And, like, I saw one clip of one movie. I don't remember which one. And I was like, oh, this is god-awful. What's the one where she's in, like, South America or Mexico or something?
I couldn't tell you. I've never seen a single one of her
Goldie
films.
Hawn's in it. And I don't remember where I was, but I was somewhere, and it was on. Like, I was out in the real world, and it was on. I was like, oh, Goldie Hawn. I've got a huge crush on Goldie Hawn, like always have. So I was like, I'll watch that. And I'm just sitting there, and then she shows up, and I was like, oh. And then it was just immediately unfunny.
Yeah, I've never seen a single one of her movies. I've been a big advocator against her for a long time.
Yeah, so like, because this is,
her.
I mean, this is probably 8 years ago now. The leather special was like, it was a while ago,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh, this person sucks.
Yeah, she's popular for all the wrong reasons.
She's popular for other people's jokes.
Yeah.
That's what she's popular for.
Yeah.
Because like I've watched a few different people do like deep dives
And
and
her joke
show
stealing.
like this person does this joke and then she does it.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, she's stolen from everybody.
Yeah.
It's like,
But she gets away with it because she's a chick.
that's what it seems like.
Yep.
Because all the dudes, man. Well, if it wasn't for Rogan, Carlos Mencia would still have a career.
Yeah, I tossed that dude's career out the
Lit
window.
that dude's career on fire.
Yeah, he did.
So I've met him a couple of times.
Joe Rogan?
No, God, I
Oh.
wish. No, I met Carlos a couple of times, and I was talking. So my aunt met him too because
Mhm.
Johnny went with me to the shows. This is before he was a known joke thief.
Mhm.
But she was when she was a cop. She was a Galveston County sheriff for 15 years, and it's all. I mean, you're on Galveston Island. It's an island,
Mhm.
so there's not a lot going on there. But there was it used to be, it's like not a Fat Tuesdays, a Fuddruckers. So there used to be this Fuddruckers, and at the height of Carlos Mencia's career, he bought the Fuddruckers and opened his own restaurant.
Okay.
And it was like right down the street from my uncle's strip club. So a lot of people went there. Well, the food was atrocious. He ran it into the ground and was gone within a year. But that dude, when he bought that, he also was like living on the island and thought he was,
King shit.
yeah, and wanted everyone to like bow down to him everywhere he went.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was the hot thing at the time.
Mm.
So he was like, "No, man, you know who I am." Like he threw that around a lot, and the cops had to deal with him a lot.
Yeah.
So my aunt dealt with him a lot. She's like, "He's an asshole," and so she was like, "Yeah." She was, "I forgot that was him." Until like we went to go see him the first time, she goes, "Holy crap, that was the dude that bought Fuddruckers." She's like, "I forgot about this guy." She goes, "He's an asshole." And then she met Wyclef Jean.
Okay.
They were doing a big concert on the beach. I think it was 4th of July or New Year's or Mardi Gras, one of the big to-dos on
Yeah.
the beach. And at the time, she was mounted police, so she had a horse.
Mhm.
So she was out there cruising the beach because on the beach you're either on a quad or on a horse.
Yeah.
And the horses patrol that mostly.
Mm-hmm.
It's just easier. So she was on horse and she was over there. It was whenever you see a cop in an area that's not like doesn't look normal for a cop, it's overtime. They're getting paid overtime. These are side jobs. So like when you see a cop on the side of the road in the middle of the night during construction, that's an overtime job. That's a side job. They're getting paid a lot more to sit in their car all night with their lights on so dudes don't get hit.
Mm-hmm.
So when you see cops like on a beach setting and they're out there hanging out for a concert, they're getting paid overtime. So they are still very much police on an active duty scene,
Mm-hmm.
but it's an overtime extra job.
Yeah.
So they're like, "Hey, who wants overtime? We got this thing coming up." You're like, "Yeah, sure." So she went and did that, and she got to hang out with Wyclef for a while. And she said he was a super nice guy,
Really?
like super nice guy.
That's awesome.
So yeah, very yes, ma'am, no, ma'am, how are you, ma'am? Like very polite, very genuine
Yeah,
kind of dude.
That's cool.
So she's like, "I like that guy." She's like, she'd never listen to any of his music or any of that
Yeah.
stuff, but after meeting him, she was like, "Yeah, I like that guy a lot." After that, she started seeing him in movies and all that
Yeah.
other stuff. She's like, super nice guy. She's like, I hung out with him for like 2 hours one night. She was a super nice guy.
That's awesome.
So and and he was out roaming around, hanging out with people and
Yeah.
stuff. Like, doesn't have a big head on him. Like, just hanging out.
That's how it was when I met Adam Sandler.
Yeah, just like
He's a very grounded person.
very low key
Yeah.
too.
Very low key.
Yeah, because you said he got like mobbed at the end, right?
Yeah. Well, people started to recognize him, and then he got the fuck out. You could tell he was there just because he didn't want to be like. You could tell that he didn't want to be recognized and stuff. Like he was very like in his own little world.
But he said he was also there to watch the game, right?
Yeah, I was watching the college basketball game. Yeah.
Yeah, because Adam Sandler owns property out here.
Yep.
Yeah, because whereabouts is he at? He's up in like the Vale area,
I
right?
think it's 3 points. I might be wrong though.
He's in 3 points.
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm
about
not sure
3
where he
Points.
lives.
I don't think he'd be living at 3 Points.
No, you don't.
Dude
think
would
so?
be getting robbed all the time. 3 Points is kind of rough.
It might not be 3 Points then.
I think he lives like in Vail.
I never asked him where he lived.
Because where you were at which location?
Broadway and Houghton.
Yeah, so he lives way out there.
Yeah.
Like on like
It
the
makes
Vail.
more sense.
So I think he was
out
in
there,
Vail. This is a nicer, richer neighborhood.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't live here full time though.
No.
But he has a house. It was kind of weird that he had a house out here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, of all the places, why Tucson? Like, I'm cool with it.
It's a retirement place, man.
like-
People like to just be out here.
But Phoenix primarily.
Yeah.
Like,
I guess he just didn't want the big city.
I sure as hell wouldn't.
Yeah.
Like, but he's like, I would imagine he'd want to be staying up in like New York or L.A. I mean, he's from.
It was in October, I think. October or November. So, like, the pretty nice
Yeah.
time of year. So it made sense that he was here, like, when the weather was the
snowbird.
fairest.
Yeah, he's one of the snowbirds.
Yeah.
Comes here when it's nice. Because like Alice Cooper and all them are all up in Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of famous people that have places over by Dove Mountain though.
See, that's where I was thinking he would be at.
Like
That's what I meant. Not 3 Points, but like
Dove Mountain. Yeah, but you're Houghton. That Broadway and Houghton's
It's
too
way,
far
way
away.
too far,
It's
yeah.
the opposite side of town.
Yeah.
Um,
But it was when we just opened up, so it might have been him going out there because he wanted to check it out. I don't know.
could be.
I don't know.
I think
It was
he'd
like-
be-
it was
I'd
like a-
picture him as being like out in Vail somewhere.
It was like a week or two into us being open, but he was sitting there, and I was like,
Yeah, because that's what, like 2017, 18,
2000. This would have been 2019.
19.
Yeah, and I was like,
How long was he there for?
like an hour. I talked to him for like 25 minutes.
Yeah, and
Try
you
to
s-
keep it low key.
Yeah, I was gonna say you were.
I was trying
like
to. I was trying to be like not crazy like
Not
about
like-
it. Yeah,
Adam Sandler.
exactly. Yeah, I just came up and was like, "How's everything? You know, you doing all right? You need anything?" Da, da, da. He's like, "No, I'm doing all right."
Yeah.
Very, very casual conversation. I tried to.
Well, which is smart because that's what'll keep him coming back.
Yeah, and then
If you leave him alone and just treat him like a normal
Yeah.
person, just be like, hey, bro, like, sorry, but everyone might crowd you, but
Yeah.
just remember, like, we'll treat you right.
Yeah.
Please come back.
and then when he was leaving, I was just like, "Big fan." That was all I said. I said, "Big fan." And he's like, "Oh, thank you."
Yeah, you should have kept that receipt,
That
dude.
was it. I know. I
I'd
should
have made him sign. Like, hey, can you sign this real quick?
I
just keep the
Kept
receipt.
the receipt. That would have been a good idea. We did everything digitally though. Everything is on the iPad. You
I'd be
sign
like-
everything on the
I'd
iPad.
be like, hey, can you sign this?
Like just
receipt
print
real
out
quick?
like a blank receipt paper. I
Yeah.
need you to sign this for your
Just be
meal.
like, hey, buddy, can you? I'm not gonna bother you for a photo, but can I get your autograph real quick?
I did bother David Freiberger for a photo though.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Dude, Freiberger's so awesome.
Yeah.
He's such a chill
They
dude.
came in with the Gremlin, the
Oh,
Gremlin
nice.
with the 500 Cadillac motor in it.
Yeah.
They came in random day, and I saw one dude wearing a roadkill jacket, and I was like, "Oh, sick! I like that show." And he goes, "Thanks." And then I look over to the table, and they're both sitting there, and I was like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "Big fan. Can I get a picture with you guys?" And he was like, "Yeah." And I was like, "You wait till you're done. I don't want to intrude. Can I get a picture with you guys when you get a chance?" And he was like, "Yeah, of course." And then we went outside, and he took a picture in front of the Gremlin with me. That
That's
was
awesome.
fun. My mom, when I posted that, my mom was like bitching. She was like, "Cool." She was like, "Cool."
Yeah, she watched that show with me a lot
Yeah,
because I've got the Speed channel. Like, I watch their stuff all the time.
yeah.
They've got a lot of fun other. Like,
They're here
side
all the
shows.
time.
Oh yeah, dude. Well, they were just here,
Mm-hmm.
but I was busy getting tattooed.
For the duct tape drags or whatever.
The zip tie drags.
Zip tie drags.
Yeah, Freiberger was gonna be here. That was a whole weekend. They're here at least twice a year because they do the duct tape and then they do zip tie. Years back when I had my TC, where was I? I was bombing around and I pulled into O'Reilly's on Cortero,
Okay.
and there was like 7 cars in the parking lot with all the roadkill stickers all over them.
Nice.
I was like, "What the hell's going on?" I walked in and started talking to some guys. They're like, "Yeah, dude, it's the zip tie drags." I was like, "What?" They're like, "Zip tie drags this weekend." I was like, "Damn it, I already have plans." Like I wasn't like, life happens. You
Yeah.
just forget about things.
No, I get it.
But there was a bunch of cool cars. They had one. There was one broken down wagon off of Marana and I-10 for like a week with
Really?
with roadkill decals all over it.
That's
Like
awesome.
it just broke down and just was parked there. And eventually, one day, it wasn't there anymore. Yeah, dude, Freiberger would be fun to meet because he's just a chill dude.
Yeah, they were both really chill.
Like just
really cool. Really
just flip flops.
I didn't bother them the whole time they were eating. It was the funniest part to me was when I noticed that it was them and I was like, holy shit, because nobody else in the restaurant recognized who they were, and I was like the only one like geeking out about it. And I went over to all my employees and I was like, these guys from Roadkill. They were like, what?
These guys demolish old cars and Frankenstein cars and make them run again.
Yeah.
And not well.
And I was like explaining to them who they were, and they were like, okay. Like, they didn't have any interest in it, so I was like the only one out of the whole restaurant that was even interested in them. But I was like, I got to get a picture with you guys.
That's
so I got a picture with them. I didn't want to bother Adam Sandler, though. I felt, I was so nervous around him.
Yeah.
I was like through the roof nervous. Because this was like right when all those, he did those 3 really big movies on Netflix, too. He had just released like The Cobbler, and
what was that?
Precious Gems or whatever.
Oh, Uncut
Gems, and then there was one other one that he had put out. Maybe it was Hebe Halloween.
Who had also done like Ridiculous 6 around that time.
Yeah, so he had just like he
just signed that deal because that's when he did the murder mystery.
Hebe Halloween, I think.
I think that might have come out
later. Okay,
I think that was like 2020.
Okay,
because I feel like that came out right after I got the house.
Okay.
But yeah, that was The Cobbler. I think was around that time. Ridiculous 6. Ridiculous 6. I think was a little before then.
A little earlier.
Dude, The Cobbler was so fun. I just don't remember what year.
Yeah.
I think it was out a while before I saw it, and I think I watched it in like 17 or 18.
Okay.
But Ridiculous 6 was kind of around that. So yeah, he just signed that big deal and just started cranking out movies like every year.
So there's Ridiculous 6, Magnificent 7, and Hateful Eight.
Yes. And then the Dirty Dozen. Yeah, it gets to be kind of ridiculous. Yeah.
Because the Ridiculous 6 is a parody of Magnificent 7, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, with all of his crazy brothers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, all of his brothers that he's got.
Yeah, and then Hateful Eight was only named
because his dad's sleeping around, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just sleeping with everybody. He's got brothers everywhere. Yeah, it was a fun movie.
It was.
I haven't watched that in a long time.
Me either.
Like I think I watched it the day it dropped, and I might have watched it one more time.
Okay.
And that's kind of, I don't think I've seen it since.
Yeah, it's a good film.
Murder Mystery, we watched that when it first came out because that was like 2018.
Mm-hmm.
And then watched the second one. Was it like a year and a half ago or something? Maybe 2 years ago now when it came out. They're both really good. Oh, The Do-Over.
The Do-Over
with David Spade.
Yeah.
That was the other one that had come out around that same time.
Yep.
Yeah, the dude just like he got that big movie deal.
It was
cranking
a 3-movie deal for like $100 million or something.
So it was definitely The Do-Over, Murder Mystery, and
The Cobbler,
and Ridiculous 6.
Ridiculous.
Those
6.
were the first three I think I cranked out. Because I don't know if The Cobbler's a Netflix original.
I think it is.
If it is, then I think he got more than a 3-movie deal.
Okay.
Because he cranked out a bunch of them.
Yeah, he did.
Because Uncut Gems isn't a Netflix movie.
No.
That was I just saw it last night, so it was either Blumhouse. I'm trying to correct myself.
Yeah.
Say it. That was either Blumhouse or A24. I think it was a
Okay.
Blumhouse film.
Okay.
Because it came up in one of the things I was looking at last night.
Oh, okay.
When I was like reviewing between the two, which one had cranked out better films.
Yeah, and Blumhouse blew A24 out of the water. A24 has been putting out some pretty good stuff.
They're catching up.
They're catching up.
But Blumhouse is still kind of the reigning champ.
Yeah. Black Phone, man.
Black Phone. If you made Black Phone, you're the best.
Ooh.
Can't wait for Black Phone number 2.
Yes.
That's
I was literally just going to say that.
I cannot wait because Black Phone was so good.
Yes.
That was very creative.
Very creative.
Very
movie.
well done. Like tied everything back together.
Second one
really
comes
nicely.
out a year from now.
I know.
I think it comes out the 15th of October.
Something like that.
Yeah. So we need to watch that for sure. We'll have to watch that together.
I cannot wait for that one.
Yeah.
That's going to be good.
I'll see that one in the theaters.
If it's released in theaters, I'll watch it.
I'm excited to see what they do with the story.
It's going to be good. I think he's going to be coming back for that kid.
Do you
Because
think so?
according to what I was reading, it's all the same cast.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
The only reason you have that cast is because you're after that same kid.
Yeah.
Because he's the one that got away.
Yep.
He successfully killed all the other ones.
Yep.
Oh, it's going to be intense.
It will be.
Especially the photo they've already released for it is like the real aggressive face.
Yeah, the angry one.
Dude. he crushed in that
yeah,
movie.
He did. Yeah, he did.
Like, he went deep for that one.
Yeah, he did.
All right. Well, it's getting late, so I think I'm going to call this one. And we're
right.
2 hours and 48 minutes in. I did not plan on going that long.
It's okay.
It's going to be a rough day tomorrow for me. So if you hung out for all this, thank you.
Thank you, guys.
I hope you got some kind of enjoyment out of it, even though we're just hanging around talking about movies, being goofs. But from Tucson, Arizona, I'm Randy.
And I'm Daniel.
Have a good night.
Bye-bye.